gonna hit the record button. There you go.
Oh,
dun,
my
dun, dun.
goodness.
Oh my goodness. How is everyone? We're 1 minute. We're early. We're actually early. What the hell?
Damn. My computer's playing ball today, so
That's nice.
Amazing.
That is
Gratitude.
important. Right.
We were so excited for this game, Caitlin.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
Okay, well,
that's the royal word.
I was
Insight. Insight check.
Inside check.
anyway. We were so excited. I think we sort of threw the game last night.
Oh no.
It was still a good game. It was just slower.
Yeah.
Yeah. I spent most of this week preparing for today's game instead of yesterday's game. So, and that being said, I don't want to make it sound like I've over prepared for this game or anything. It's not like it's not like a module.
Yeah.
It's still just me making shit up as we go along to some extent. But, hey, I do have notes and a plan, which is
Take
good.
note, he's got plans.
There's
Yes,
a
I love
couple of holes
plans.
in my plan, which I can. I'll begin by saying immediately. Oh, it's my camera's being a shit this morning. Oh, look at that! That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Doing the thing.
I fucking hate that. When
I
it
got a
does that.
25, Barry. Got a 25 on my insight check.
Bullshitting.
25.
Barry,
Nice.
if you're bullshitting, you have to say so, or you're jail. You're going to
Jail.
dice jail.
Nah.
I have to say I do like playing D&D a lot more when I don't have to run a fucking stream at the same time. I can use all my screen real estate this way.
Well,
Instead
hopefully
of-
we'll make 100 money, and you can have someone who will push the buttons behind the scenes for you.
Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be pretty wicked. Not gonna lie.
And
So,
if we don't, it'll be Caitlin's fault.
right.
Yeah. We'll blame Caitlin.
Oh,
He's new. Come on, let's blame Caitlin.
I
Oh.
blame Max. Look at that fuzzy hair, handsome ass motherfucker. God damn,
Right.
everything has to.
Yeah, bet he just woke up like that.
He makes the rest of us look bad when he looks handsome like that. It's just not fair.
It's easy for
Max-
Michael. Michael just
Max-
gets up and his hair's already done.
It is just
Yeah.
done.
He doesn't even have to brush his
Look.
eyebrows.
Okay, put some oil on there.
For pre alopecia, I used to brush my eyebrows. I used to comb them because they
Get
were
to
so.
my age and you really do have to brush your eyebrows. I mean, seriously, I have to work on this shit. Seriously.
But you've got
Otherwise
such
it's-
long, luscious hair, and you can grow
My,
a beard.
my eyebrows
You
aren't
do,
quite at
Russell.
our level yet.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll see if I can make.
Oh, you lot can all be quiet now because there's nothing on me. No luscious eyebrows or anything else.
Oh, Barry.
It's all
Oh,
gone.
Oh,
It's all
Barry.
gone. Yeah.
It's all
What did you
gone.
talk about? It's all gone. Look at me.
Yeah, it is.
Look at me.
Look
at me.
Yours looks
Hey.
distinguished.
You tiger.
They are tattooed on.
do you know, Michael? I didn't know until you told me that. Until that
Yeah.
conversation we had about your eyebrows having disappeared to a different dimension.
All right.
That's all right. I had my asshole tattooed on.
Ugh.
What?
I know that was
Russell,
terribly,
Russell,
awfully rude.
some of us are eating.
Was that
Got
that
a
was?
colostomy bag instead.
I won't say
Oh,
that
wait,
stuff
it all
on
comes out the
stream. To be
side.
fair, you know.
It was
Well, what I meant to say is I had
it was
Michael
maybe just
tattooed
like a
on my ass.
Amazing.
What is happening to you people?
Nothing.
I
Like
mean,
evolving
where
into
is
toilet
your,
humor.
Yeah.
where is, where
I
is the
think
class I'm so used to?
We're a little bit too excited. I think.
Okay,
that's-
also,
that's the problem.
Barry, how many poop jokes do I make pre, during, and after the stream?
Are
it's
they
the
pre,
easy-
during, and after you pooping?
As far as,
I
as far
will
as
neither
poop jokes
confirm nor
go,
deny,
I'm
Kate.
at a
I'll
minimum.
neither confirm nor
So,
deny.
how many more members of Dungeons and Dipshits are there that we can steal? I wonder. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
mean-
Don't worry.
Poppy might be keen.
Poppy might be keen. Although
She'd actually really suit the heavier tone we've got going. Actually,
Wow. Okay. Well, let's
She's focusing a lot on her art at the moment, though.
this is true.
Mm.
She's
Fair
actually
enough.
making some rune stones for me when I pay her next month.
Ooh.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah.
She's a fabulous artist.
Oh, she's so good.
She's so good.
All right. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
As I'll ever be.
all right. So we've all had a brief chat about all the things. Let's quickly just go over that again. So the general gist of this is that you guys are a Feywild Eladrin hunting party, and that you have all worked together before in one capacity or another. Some of you more often than not, sometimes in different groups, but at least a couple of times as one unit. Which is why you've been called here today before the Winter Queen in her winter court, which is this citadel built into the side of a mountain. The top of it, oddly enough, is completely open to the sky, the winter sky. And because this particular part of the Feywild is reflecting Sidarhael right now, you can see the moons of Sidarhael in the distance, in the suns. I don't know what weird fucking magic that shit is, but it's what it is. In any case, you're standing in this huge open courtyard space with literally frost. There are weeds, a couple of weeds breaking through the frost. And even as you watch them, as you walk into this courtyard, they kind of freeze over as if somebody's intentionally making sure that nothing grows. And you're going between these huge pillars on either side of you as you head towards this massive frozen throne at the end of this massive open courtyard. And there's this large body or pool of frozen water between you and the throne, which you arrive at, and various icicle-covered elven or Eladrin guards escort you around. To one side, you see a small unit of small gremlin-looking characters with red caps on, standing to the side. Many of them are chained together, except for one of them who stands apart from the others. Some of you know this fellow, and he has a name. His name is Boot, and he is the head red-cap servant who has apparently been enchanted by the Queen of Winter and has been made her servant. She has this habit of enslaving or otherwise charming the pants off other types of fae, especially at this time of year. So you will gather together before the Queen and her, whose name is in fact Morb. You know her to be the mother of Maeve and Sarissa, two other fae princesses in this case. And there's a number of courtesans surrounding on either side of her. You recognize Zabasius, Maimon, Valarin, Galandus, Silvara, Balerion, Ariel, Kerith, Leanthorn, Oanael, Tyvolus, and some others. There's a number of animals here that you recognize too. These are also servants of the Winter Queen. You recognize a deer. There's this huge deer with frost and snow and icicles dripping from its three-tipped horns. The spirit deer is called Lutara. And you see a wolf. You recognize Norgan, who's one of her servants. And there's a bird called Kiev. The Winter Queen sits forward as you approach, and you see that next to her is this huge chest, which springs open as you approach. For a moment, you might think it's a mimic, but it doesn't move after that. And she says to you all, "Greetings, children of the frost. You may approach. Who among you will speak? Who will be your spokesperson on this day?"
I will speak, my queen.
Avariel, my humble servant, step forward. She
He
beckons
steps
you.
forward.
And she looks at you up and down with her icy glare. She says, "You are so strong, Avariel. I have chosen you and your companions for this mission. Once more, I send you to the lands of Sidarhael Tu'Leratheon to meet with what I believe is still a high king. I wish to send gifts to his palace. Do you accept this mission?
I would do nothing else but, my queen.
Of course.
Detharium waddles up behind him and says, "Nothing else, my queen."
She smiles. Excellent. Excellent. While you are there, you will have one other task. I wish you to see to the well-being of our people, the elves and our diaspora of people, the high elves, the wood elves, and those of Tu'Leratheon. All of those descended from the primal elves of Arvindor. See to their well-being. Be sure that they are safe and well treated by this king. I have heard of a disturbance. Will you do this, Ivareo?
As before, I would do nothing else but.
Of course.
Nothing else but.
I thank you all then. I am most impressed and satisfied. Take then this series of gifts, and she nods. Boot, open the box. And Boot comes across, and where the latch is already sprung open, he opens the top of this chest, and inside you see what looks like cloth. And he hauls out this large bag full of bulky objects seem to be inside it. You can see at least the handle of a sword sticking out of it, which he covers up and wraps up a bit. And then he lays it down on the slab of stone next to the throne. And he sort of pats it down and it flattens out. And you realize it's some sort of bag of holding, something to that effect. And then he folds it up into smaller and smaller folds until it's just a small piece of cloth, like a small bag, with a golden thread which he wraps around it and ties into a knot. Who shall take these gifts, she says. And Boot holds them out. To you, Ivareo? The red cap walks towards you.
Yes, you, Ivareo. Take the gifts. I give them.
He takes them.
Very good. He steps back and he bows to you. Boot shall escort you to the portal.
Want me to put those away for you, boss?
He hands them over to you. Hold them until I tell you otherwise.
Yeah, good as gold.
Will you be staying here in the court, or will you be leaving immediately? She asks.
May we spend, my queen, one night in the court, so that we may remember your glory before we go to the other place.
She smiles. Your flattery befits you, Ivareo. I do enjoy your company. Yes. Come, sing and dance and be festive. Make merry while the time is ripe. And she waves her hand, and various musicians suddenly step forward from behind the pillars, and they start playing on horns and pipes, and music ensues, and various bards from the court step down from the giant steps on either side of you. And it turns into this very festive affair.
Max, Max, what's your character's name?
Malika.
Alika.
Malika.
Sorry.
No, the thing cut off at the beginning of his sentence.
As it is wont to do on Zoom.
Yes.
Malika. At some stage, get everybody into a room so that I may talk to them before we go.
I can do that.
Good.
Peleus has joined the bards and he's playing on his pipes.
Very well. Joanne, what are you doing right now? What's your character doing at the moment, Sarah?
You're muted.
This is my symbol for mute, incidentally, if you haven't figured that out.
She's I think just being quiet and keeping to herself.
Very well. And Nyla.
Nyla is going over to where Pelias is and is dancing around.
Okay. All right. Well, long story short, I don't want to drag the scene out too long because this is merely the setup. You guys sing and dance and drink and make merry, and you meet old friends and possibly family members too, from the court and from your homelands, other parts of the Feywild. And eventually this long night drags on, and I'm thinking at some point, Malachor will lead the party through to a chamber, a private chamber, lit with torches. And in this room, there are some chairs and a stone table, large stone stools, in fact, surrounding a stone table. It's an underground chamber that's just off from the main court area. Boot comes through with you. He says,
"Do you wish me to come with you, my lord?"
Boot. No.
Yes.
No offense meant.
No offense taken.
No offense meant, mate.
But
You're
I do
looking a
not-
bit aggressive, to be honest.
he pulls back.
No offense taken. But call off your dog.
Are you calling me a bitch?
Are you calling me a dog?
He looks over at Steve's character.
You.
Malaka.
Like a dog.
Malaka.
Come on in, mate. I'll scratch you.
Not today.
Boot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wild shape into a direwolf.
And Pelias steps up behind Boot.
Do not mess with the Winter Queen's servants.
Is
Do
there a
not mess
problem
with
here,
us,
small
mate.
one?
I was just leaving.
I thought you may
Yeah,
have been.
piss off.
He toddles off between you and out through the door. You hear the doors slam behind you, two great wooden doors. As you get inside, oddly enough, vines sort of pop up out of the ground and start growing around the room, surrounding all of you, not touching you, just against the walls and around the furniture, locking the doors shut. This, some of you might know as some ancient fey magic, and it belongs to the mythal of this place that will provide perfect security for where you are. Everything goes
It could
silent.
have gone better.
How? The small
We could have
invading space.
handled ourselves a little bit with a bit more composure than that.
We seem all fairly composed to me.
Yes,
Yeah,
but I don't
I'm pretty chill.
don't think we need to antagonize a servant of the Winter Queen. But anyway, if Ariel, everyone is here. So
All right. We have worked
So,
together
man,
before.
he thinks he can take us on. I'll get him.
Shut up.
Sorry, boss.
All right. We have worked together before, so I need not tell you your jobs. I know that you will all do well. But at this point, I want to say, if there is any family shit going on between anyone who has a family amongst our group, I want to say we will leave you in private and you will solve it now if you have any problems. Do not let me have to intervene in any family shit. Is that clear?
Oh, you know me, mate. I got no.
I'm not talking to you. I'm
All right.
talking to the three of you.
This is clear, Evario.
Good. Good. Now you may talk, my friend.
What, me?
You. For where would I be without my echo? Now, we have rangers, so tomorrow the rangers will take up their positions and do what they do best. The one that takes up the rear guard, as per usual, will take up the rear guard. And this will all go like silk. Will it not?
Nyla is going to raise up on her haunches and do her.
P.S. Pats Nyla on the head. Yes, like silk.
That is good. I am pleased. Is there anything you want to say or talk about? And he stands back and waits. And those cold blue eyes look at you all.
Before we go, remember that we are going into a realm with a different king. This king is new. The Winter Queen seemed to like very much the previous one. But since it is a different king, it was Durian and it is now Ivran, be aware. We had good relations with the last lot, but we do not know what we are expecting with this lot. So let's not get complacent with how we approach ourselves. This is not anything different, although we are obviously honored with this task, but it is a task and a mission nonetheless, and we will do it by the book as we've always done it by the book.
I do not see. Oh, pardon me, Sarah.
I wonder what happened to Darian. Durian.
Durian Earthani.
King Durian.
Nyla's sure gonna walk up to Sarah and then just play dead on the ground.
Dramatic as always, Nyla. But I believe she has the right of it.
Yes, if it was important, what specifically happened to Durian, then we would have been told. But it seems that it is just one of these things that has happened. And unless it is brought up, we will not bring it up.
I agree.
I agree.
What do you want, little pup?
She's going to change back into normal. It'll be fine. You also worry so much. We're just going on a trip with some really awesome shit.
He moves up on you and says, and looks at you with those steely eyes and goes, "It is my job to worry, your job to look ahead."
Yes, well, I will look towards the heads of things.
As always, I am sure.
Are we done here? I could use a night's sleep and to leave this place.
I think
Yes,
so.
get rest.
Let's get ready. It will be fun.
Work is never fun.
Work is always fun. There's no point in doing work if it's not fun.
One day, little one, you will learn different.
Perhaps. But for now, I like to do the work that I like, and I like to work the way that I like.
And it works for me, which is fortunate for you.
Very fortunate.
Fortunate for you.
A low growl escapes Pelias' throat. I beg your pardon, Ivariel. Was that a threat?
Eli,
If it was a threat, you'd know it. You know that by now.
I just wanted to make sure where we stood.
You'd know that by now.
Big brother, it's fine.
Okay.
So it's interesting, out of character, I'm beginning to see these two factions within your group forming. Fascinating just to watch that happen. The family lining up and the two paladins and of course Steve's character lining up as a separate little clique. Really interesting. Cool. Sorry, I just wanted to comment.
We've worked together before. Doesn't mean we'd like to work together.
Right, exactly.
It has only been about 10 minutes.
Right. It's only been 10 minutes and it's already kind of wow. Okay.
There's always going to be internal politics within.
I'm sorry, it's just that he's a cold character, that's all.
No, it's great.
All right.
Ivrael, would you like to join me in prayer before we turn in?
I think that would be an excellent idea.
Anyone else is more than welcome, but otherwise you're free to spend whatever little downtime you have to yourself.
Excellent idea.
One last thing out of game, Barry. I've handed your character over to Steve to run today rather than me running it for you.
I know.
Oh, good. Cool. Very well. Please continue.
Nyla's going to nudge Pelias. Just types are always got stick up, but we'll be fine.
Okay, if you say so. Let us go.
So you spend the night in rest, I assume, having eaten, drinking, and made merry. I'm sure that's a phrase, right? That's a phrase. I can say that. That's good England.
Eat, drink, and be merry.
There you go. But it's past tense. So how do you do that?
You ate, you drank, and you went. I don't know.
Right, you would go after that, wouldn't you? You'd have to. So, long story short, you sleep the night away, and you wake up good and early. Does anyone have any sort of alarm or anything that they've set? Not that you've got cell phones, but somebody might have some clever spell or trick up their sleeve. Or do you just tend to wake up on the crack of dawn?
Well, as elves, we don't really need to sleep.
This is also true.
This is an excellent point.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so you're all trancing the night away. That makes sense.
All that non-sleepy bullshit, yeah.
Right.
Yep, we just trance for 4 hours and then we go.
Right, which leaves an extra 4 hours prior to the trancing for eating, drinking.
Sorry, guys, my headphones just
merry.
did something weird. Like I've lost all of you.
Check,
Oh, no.
check.
Hello?
Give me 2 seconds to try and fix this.
No worries. I might actually pause the recording. All right. Okay. Very good then. And if anyone wants to just type in for Michael, no, cannot hear you. No sound yet. What should we do? What do you guys want to do? Do you want to continue? Well, this is kind of a good point to pause while we sort this out, rather before we get into anything.
Sounds good.
As you're waking up, etc. I mean, we can say that you guys get yourselves some breakfast and what have you, if you desire.
Just before we head the other end of the night, I just want to try and consider what my character would do, as his trance. I think he might actually exercise through the night, like just real slow. Finds a doorway and real slow curls up and down. Just
wow.
All night
slow.
for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Wow, you're gonna have really sore arms.
It's gonna Jim Bro it up.
Yeah.
Right. You should change your character name to
Leg trance.
This
miss leg trance.
This character's true name is Chadael.
Chadael. Love it.
Right. Come on, Michael. Come.
He's trying so
Go.
hard.
Go.
While we're waiting for Michael,
Yeah.
the other characters might notice that Sarah's very groggy and having a hard time getting out of her trance. Bit lethargic.
Nyla's gonna go over to Sarah and like put her hands, one hand on the knee and the other one go like, "Hello, Sarah. It's time to wake up."
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. You okay?
Yeah, yes, I had bad trance.
Okay. Do you want honey? There's honey and oatmeal.
Oh, honey, yeah,
Okay.
that sounds good.
Would you like to talk about it, Sarah, or are you more than happy
Bloody
dealing
pig.
with it yourself? As long as it doesn't get in the way of today, I'm more than happy to talk about it.
Do you need cure wounds?
No, just the oatmeal.
Okay. God, little sister.
Michael, any luck yet?
Yes, we're back. Sorry.
Oh, you're back. Oh,
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Yeah, no, I had to do a bit of fiddling. I don't know what the hell happened. God damn it, Focusrite Solar 3rd Generation and Co.
Most
right.
things can be solved by little fiddlings.
This is
Oh
true.
my. Those little fiddlings. Okay,
I wanted to say something really out of character.
right. Okay, let's get back into character, you yeah.
What are you talking about? I am in character.
Yeah,
Always
I'm
in
still a
character.
character.
Okay,
Apologies for sleeping in.
so you guys all get up and stop, wrap up your trances, have whatever meals you choose to have before your long journey ahead of you. Who's the horizon walker around here? I believe that is Sarah. So one of the things that you were all aware of, and Barry, this is something you should certainly know, is that Joanna's character, Sarah, is a horizon walker ranger, which means that she can detect magical portals. She's used to traveling between planes. This is what she does. This is her job in the group, right?
Okay. So we take my favorite portal to Sidarhael.
Well, it is the nearest portal, and
The
perhaps even the only portal.
Only portal. Okay.
It is the nearest and only one there is. So I would say yes.
It can also
Bet
be
you know
favorite
of
if
him.
only one.
I would trust that Sarah is familiar with others potentially, that she has not elucidated the rest of us on.
Yes, very jealous of able to find portals.
Right.
I've not found many others.
And Sarah, you know that the portal that you're looking for is on the other side of a large forest they call the Arborean Forest, which is covered. It's not only a huge pine forest, but it's covered up to the tips in snow right now. And it's very dangerous to walk on, because you can easily just go crashing through the snow anywhere up to 100 feet in places.
So thin crust of snow and then soft snow underneath?
Yeah, and trees underneath the snow, like tall trees underneath the snow.
Ooh.
Oh.
Don't want to be buried in snow. That is shit way to die.
Yes.
Impaled
Question,
on-
am I allowed to swear? Sorry.
Absolutely.
Should have had
We
this
do all the
before.
time.
We do
Go
all the
ahead.
time.
Out of game, I would say absolutely shit, fuck, whatever the hell you like. Well, within reason. We're going to be on air at some point, so let's not alienate our audience. But at the same time, I think in character, it's kind of not in character to be using modern colloquialisms. So that's my opinion.
What is elven word for shit?
Shitael.
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 Shitael. We should actually come up with some. In fact, I think that would be really cool if we literally came up with this stuff. I think it would be way cooler than just using modern slang. People were pretty impressed with the elven 4-part prayer that we invented previously. So nice thing keeps going out of focus. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So that's my take on that stuff.
It's not a
Have
bad
you all
take.
eaten and partaken?
Yes, many honeys and oatmeals.
Yes, thank you, Vario. I
Very
sorted
good,
a bit.
very good honeys and oatmeals. Thank you very much.
Well, then go ahead, you two.
Do we all have the snowshoes?
We
No
all
shoes? I have no shoes.
No shoes.
Boots
Can you
said she
check?
would take us.
As you're preparing to leave, one of the nobles from the court, a lady called Meredith, approaches you all. And you know her to be an apothecary and kind of maker of things, not an artificer exactly, but a maker of magical items and that type of stuff, and keeper of these sorts of things. And she says, "You will excuse me. I have been sent by Her Majesty to assist you in any way. If there is anything that you need for your mission, will you mention it to me now, and I will assist you in obtaining it?"
Yeah, something for walking lightly over the snow.
I see. She says, "Perhaps I can assist you best by finding the Master of Griffins."
Griffins?
Oh.
Let me find Zabasius. Is there anything else that you would be interested in?
Griffins is good.
Health potions is better.
This I can assist you with. And she immediately opens a bag and removes, how many of you are there? There's 6 of you now. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. I was building encounters for you guys and realizing, oh my God, 6 characters is a whole new league of shit to deal with as a DM.
6 level 5 characters.
6 level 5 characters. It's like, holy crap, these guys are monsters. So I had to make the encounters worse, of course. And 2 of everything. So yes,
Which makes sense for the Sufferance, really, because there's awful shit in there.
Right. You can take 2 health potions each, please.
Okay.
This is
What kind of health potion?
standard ones that do 2d4 plus 2 healing.
Oh boy.
So between you have 12.
And we need to distribute what is in the bags. The bag.
Is it not safer in the bag?
It's probably safer to keep it in the bag.
If we lose the bag, we lose everything.
And consider, if we are separated for any reason, it would be more prudent to have assistance where we can keep it.
Right. Smart. This is why you are brains, Evariel.
Is the potion of healing greater?
Regular.
If you're looking for it in D&D Beyond, it's not listed as a magic item, weirdly enough.
I would, in terms of the potion's greatness, I would say that it is greater than water, but not by much.
Yeah, got it.
It's a short rest in a bottle. Right.
Elias,
So,
Yes.
did you cook us? Do we have a lunch prepared for halfway through the journey?
I have several supplies in my sack. Do not worry, we will be well fed. And for whatever we do not have, I can kill.
oh, here's
I always
here's
like your cooking.
a last
thank
thing
you.
too. I want to just double check with everyone. I did talk about magic items with everyone.
Yes.
Has anyone
Yes.
not been assigned anything?
No.
You didn't assign me anything, but I just grabbed the arrow-catching shield and pipes of haunting.
Okay.
Because I thought they'd be really cool.
Anything, but
Cool.
I have a staff, and it's
got a
awesome.
staff,
And you
that's
might
awesome.
find out later.
Yeah, I imagine I'm going to regret that.
I have my robe of eyes, which means I see everything.
Right.
That's
Steve,
kind of frightening.
they
you got-
travel pretty light, so I don't know.
would you? I mean, if I haven't given you anything as of yet, you can simply just take a sword or a weapon with a +2 bonus on it.
A day just gets a bandolier of shivs of mega stabbing.
Yeah.
And if you find something during the game that, seems reasonable, sing out and we can decide as we go. But I'm sure it won't be a big deal. Okay.
Cool.
All right. So long story short, you are given your potions of healing and you are taken to the Griffin Master Zabasius, who sets you upon 3 griffins, two people per griffin. I don't know how you want to do that, but who's going to go with who, but you can
Eli.
choose.
Aye, good, as it should be.
All right. Who else?
It'll probably be me and Evrail.
All right.
On
So
one.
that's 4 down, and that leaves the other 2.
Well,
All
Sarah,
right.
we shall share a griffin.
Very well. So you guys get on these saddled griffins and fly across the arboreal forest, a many hundred miles to the mountains beyond the curvature of the earth here in the Feywild. Incidentally, the Feywild is curved, unlike Sidarhael, which is a flat earth construct. And so you eventually land the griffins as they get tired, they get more and more tired, and they circle in upon a rock high in the mountains, and they set themselves down and sort of shake off the ice and such that has collected on their wings and feathers, and they bow down to let you off. You can assume that they've been instructed on where to go and how to get there, and this is how you've traveled this far. And they will wait here for you for about a week, perhaps.
Thank you, buddies. That was so much fun. I can't wait to be able to turn into you.
Ilias strokes one and starts cooing at it.
Okay.
Do they say anything? I can speak with animals.
Are they animals? I'm not sure that they are just standard animals. I think they might be beasts. Give me a minute. This is not a question.
Monstrosities? I don't know why they're called monstrosities. They're pretty not monstrous.
So rude.
Just a moment. Language is none. Large monstrosity unaligned.
Oh, never mind then.
They eat horses.
Good.
They eat horses?
They do, amongst other things.
Fair.
I mean, yeah, I would say you can speak to them if you can speak with animals. Yeah.
Yep, I'm expending 1 charge on my staff to be able to do so.
Okay. And they tell you they will be back here in 7 nights, 7 days and 7 nights. They're not going to stay here for that time. That would be silly.
Good call. Thank you so
and
much. And I
then they-
ruffle feathers.
All right. Yep. They have feathers. Yep. And then they fly off back from whence they came. Time
Awesome.
out. Yes.
Just had a look at some options for me for a magic item.
Yep.
Could I take a dagger of warning?
Sounds good.
Yep. So it warns me of danger.
Yep. Sounds
being
perfect.
present. Okay.
Okay, Frodo.
Sounds perfect. Okay.
They said they're going to be back in a week. They're not going to stick around because that would be stupid, but they will be back to pick us up in a week.
Yeah, that would be suicide. Good call.
Mhm.
Now, as you hear that, Sarah, you might be a little concerned in so much as you are already aware that time moves differently in the Feywild to other places. And so a week here could be anything, could literally mean anything. You don't know.
Yeah. Let us hope our mission goes as according to plan.
Actually, I'll get you all to make perception alertness checks.
I get advantage on that.
I have advantage on that.
Perception.
You don't often get advantage on that. That's a total of 11. That was such a great roll.
I think I got a natural 20 plus 7 for a 27.
Damn.
I think you
all
did.
right.
Thank you.
Woo!
And
I just
Man, I'm
rolled
so
10.
used to Adric getting advantage on so many of his checks that seeing no A's here concerns me.
Right. Hold on a second. I'm just
Hang
gonna
on.
open up a bunch
Hang
of
on.
sheets.
did my one come up? Because it says that it was a 10 and it didn't actually. Hang on a second.
I don't.
That's
mine
not
should have- oh, mine has
working
come
for
up.
some reason.
Yours, I can see yours on a game log.
Okay,
Yes.
ignore that then.
No,
Ignore
you're
that.
good. You're good.
Yeah,
mate.
you got a
gonna-
10.
Bring it up on my.
It's a
Only use
custom roll.
10.
phone. Yeah, I don't know because my perception is 5 and that said I added a +4, so I think I clicked on the wrong thing.
Okay.
So there we go. I got a total of 10.
Oh, better
From-
do that.
All right. So
Good
I'm
one for
seeing
Barry as well.
Okay, that all
Nyla.
makes sense now.
Nyla, holy crap-a-moly. You get, so Nyla rolls a 27. Sidarhael, all right, well, let's start with the lowest one that notices anything. Sidarhael, you notice there's this object off to the side next to this boulder, covered in ice and snow. It's quite long and fluted, this weird shape, just covered in snow and ice. You're not sure what that is and why it's there. But to be fair, you've seen it before a few times. In fact, you know what? I think you have seen it before and you do know what it is. So I'll just give you the description with everyone else. Nyla, you notice it for the first time, and so does Sidarhael. What it is a huge horn that's set into the stone there. This massive curved horn that
I rolled
goes
a
up.
24 as well.
You're the 24. Okay, you totally know what this is as well.
Yep.
The others might know what it is if they saw it, but maybe they just haven't seen it because of its camouflage. And you can assume that this might be here for calling things like griffins. You know, that kind
You
of thing.
think we have a calling mechanism? I believe that. We'll call them back just in case we're back in like less than a week.
Do we want to test it just to make sure?
Why call them back? They just left.
To make sure it works. Who knows? Maybe some vagrant put animal poop inside it. We do not know.
Well, why don't we solve that bridge when we come to it?
What if
Normal
it summons, what if it
I
summons
agree.
vampires?
Let us not piss off the griffins.
It's a split timeline where Peleus is getting stomped on by agitated griffins.
They come back and they're pissed. Like we were about to do some eating, drinking, and mating.
We've
Call
got
us
a
back for
horse that's
what?
cooling on the ice. We've got a fresh horse that is just bleeding out, and you called us for this. What if a manticore comes in? Great job, Peleus, and the stomping continues.
Right.
Are you
Does this mean
two-
griffins are your favorite, Michael? Because I hate horses.
They are. They
Okay.
are. I love griffins.
Right.
All right.
So, okay, at this point, what's your name? Sarah, you need to make a survival check
Survival.
to
Okay.
pick up your trail to where it is you believe the portal to
Ah,
be.
right. Okay. Pah.
25. Fuck yeah. All right, so Sarah just starts walking off in the direction, heading up the mountain path, clearing off a bit of snow, discovering that there's some stone steps that go up this way. The steps eventually disappear into the ice, and as you go up further and further, it gets colder and colder until it's bitter. What are you guys wearing? And bearing in mind that you live in the winter realm, so you probably have furs and stuff. It's totally reasonable to be dressed for the occasion.
Mm.
So anyway, yep, you can think about that. As we get to the top of the hill, the top of the mountain, you begin to notice there is an ice cave that's kind of been broken open, like sort of a half rent open cave, if you know what I'm saying. Like the top of it has been smashed open and has been exposed. And it goes down, and Sarah begins to go down into this area here. I can get you guys to make perception alertness checks. You're also surrounded by trees and things at this point too, up here.
Mine is a 17.
Wow.
Damn, Nyla, these rolls.
23.
Wow.
14, God.
23.
I am focused on the trail.
And Israel's was an 8. Not so good.
All right. All right. Ivariel, why are you so distracted?
I don't worry about it because I know she knows the job.
Right. So you're just concentrating on each step at a time.
Yep,
All right.
she knows her job. I trust her to know her job.
All right. Deatharm and
She's ahead
Nyla.
and I'm behind, and I'm looking after your back, so
Yeah,
I've got your back.
right.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Okay, well, Nyla and Deatharm, you two probably are the only two that notice anything. But as you're walking across the snow, you see a shadow flit across above you.
What was
Like
that?
the shadow was on the ground, but something was above you.
Oh,
What was that?
What?
What's that?
What?
there's something up there.
Could have
Keep
been a
moving.
bird, could have been a griffin.
All right, keep moving.
How
Could have
big
been
was
a
the shadow?
I
Actually, yeah, how big was the shadow, Nyla? You're 20, you got a 23. Quite big, quite big. Not actually any bigger than a griffin, probably smaller than a griffin, but bigger than a bird.
Keep moving.
So something scary or something?
Hard to say. Difficulty, it was too fast, really, and the size of it is hard to determine based on how far up it was. And so the lower it was, the bigger the shadow would appear.
Is
Very true. I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace using my staff.
Okay.
is my dagger like giving me any warning?
What's the range on the dagger? Incidentally, the wind is howling around you, and there's snow and stuff in the air. It's a Ridley Scott film right now.
That bodes well.
What I call Ridley moats.
Doesn't have a range for the danger sense.
That's weird.
It's any of my companions within 30 feet of me can't be surprised.
Okay.
The range on the dagger itself is as per normal, I guess.
All right. So you can't be surprised. So that's the main thing there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to expend a divine sense. So I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Celestial
want to know
fiend or undead.
if this pings up anything.
I don't think it does. I do not think it
Awesome.
pings up anything.
Good.
Okay, I saw a shadow. I don't know how big, but it didn't look. It looks scary. Everything looks scary in Feywild. I'm just going to cast Pass Without a Trace, so we should go stealthily.
Yeah.
It looked pretty big.
Yes, it is nothing of.
Keep our heads
It
down.
is nothing. I don't think particularly extraplanar. So hopefully it is native.
Keep moving.
Let us continue.
Keep your eyes and ears open, though.
If
Okay.
it decides to make us its problem, it will learn.
All right.
So
Big flying problem in sky.
Now, on either side of you, too, you notice there's cliffs that rise up, sheer icy cliffs with dripping stalactites and what have you, like a river has just stopped and frozen here. And you look down into the cave itself, and in the distance down in the cave, you can begin to see this glowing light coming from down there, this pale blue light shining out from in that hole.
What is that? That looks cool.
I'm going to get
So,
everyone
with
to
this-
roll an initiative just
shit.
because, just in case something happens.
Okay.
I'm not saying
Yay.
something's going to happen, but it
Oh,
could.
damn.
21.
24.
Oh, 21. Hell yeah.
Yay!
Roll your
Right,
initiatives and then I'll
so
call
watch
you out.
this.
Okay. I'll ask for your names. I'll call your name and tell me your initiative. So, Nyla, what's your initiative?
21.
Sarah.
Oh, hang on. Initiative. 20.
20. Wow. What the hell? Daertharm.
11.
11. Peleus.
21.
Wow. Ivariel.
Yeah, and I'm the one with the advantage on his initiative.
Steve, I think you need to roll for
Yes, quite
Barry.
right. Yep.
Okay. 14. Yep. Malachor.
24.
24. Bloomin' heck.
Yeah, mate.
All right,
Running.
Malachor.
I've been rolling complete shit, and then I got a 24, and I was like,
Malachor, you are going to see something at this point. You notice this creature on a broomstick honing down through the trees, zooming between the trees, sort of like a imperial scout flying in this kind of circuit between the trees, surrounding you in a circle. And she begins cackling, whoever this person is. And with her is something else on the broomstick too, which you can't quite make out. A small, short, cloven-hoofed figure sitting behind her, clinging to her with one hand, with some sort of rope hanging from its hand, dangling down towards the snow. And she cackles as she zooms around you in a circle. The rope kind of swings out towards somebody, and it's just a little bit too far away. And at that point, it's your turn, Malachor. This is about
far away?
60 feet.
Yes. 60 feet?
Yeah.
I am going to say, tight formation. Start moving, so because if we're being circled, we want to have our backs to each other. I am going to use my bonus action to pump a branding smite into my crossbow, and I'm going to take 2 shots at the cackling cow.
All right, roll to hit.
So the first one's a 9.
That misses.
That misses. So I fire that off. That misses. I do a
It's
quick
a tree.
reload.
Yep. Second
18
shot.
to hit this one.
That one hits.
So I do.
So you're going for the female creature, not the cloven-hoofed creature.
Yeah, I'm just going for the cackling figure on the broomstick.
Yeah.
So that's at first. That was, hang on, that disappeared. 10 points of piercing damage. And let me do that. And 6 points of, I believe that's radiant damage.
So 16 so far.
So 16 total.
Yeah.
The creature can't become invisible as long as I maintain concentration up to a minute.
Okay, cool. And is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
Nyla. Cannot hear you. Whatever you're saying, cannot hear.
I forget that I'm mute in between things.
Wow.
I am going to. How far away is it?
Well, it was 60 feet when
60 feet?
when Malachor attacked it.
Right. I am going to cast Guiding Bolt. And try and hit it with a natural 20.
Wow, holy crap. Okay, so you can roll your damage, right click on your damage button and choose critical.
Critical damage. This needs to go away because I can't see it. Yes, critical damage. Roll.
Dun, 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 dun.
28 damage. And they are lit, so the next person who shoots at them gets advantage on. Yeah.
Far out.
Advantage.
Okay, and do you have any bonus actions or other?
Yes,
attacks?
I am bonus action going to change my shape into The starry form of the archer.
Okay. All right, and that will be active next turn, I assume.
Yes.
All right. You have to forgive me. I've actually not DM'd too many druids, so I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You have to
So pretty
explain.
much as a bonus
everything
action,
as you
I can
go.
transform into something, so it's still on my turn, but all the benefits that come from that will come after.
Next round. Okay.
Yeah.
Pelias.
Is the rope within arm's reach?
You can make a Dex acrobatics check to try and grab it if you want to try.
I will
You
try.
have advantage on attack rolls because they're currently shimmering with some green and purple light.
This would not be an attack roll.
Oh, this is not an attack? Okay.
Okay, I will try to grab.
All right.
It's going to blow. This is 17.
17. Yeah, you grab the rope, curiously enough.
I'm going to grab the rope and I'm going to... Can I bonus action rage and then heave?
Bonus action rage, yes, and then heave.
And then I want to yank them down.
That would be your attack roll.
That's fine. Okay, so I'm
Okay,
going
yeah,
to
you can try that.
Going to rage, and as part of that, who's back to back with me right now?
I'm going to say you're back to back to Ivariel.
Ivariel, stand back as my tail comes out, and it's this long, barbed manticore-like tail, covered in spines, and I'm going to pull them down. And I'm going.
Yep.
Yes.
So what you're yanking at looks like. I'm just going to share my screen. It looks like this.
Spectacular. Terrible.
You got the picture?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks. I hate it.
Spooky. Spooky, spooky, spooky.
Okay.
No one look at the stats.
Oops.
No one look at the stats. Avert your gaze.
Fuck.
I'm averting my gaze,
Damn
oh
it.
lord.
I hate that. That's the worst thing about Zoom.
That went by too quickly. I didn't say anything.
Same.
Okay. So
I am slow reader.
because barbarian, I have advantage on strength checks. That's just a normal. I mean, that's a strength check, right?
Yep. It's a strength athletics check.
Even better.
So you get a bonus there. All right. What's your...
What
did you roll?
Natural 20 with 26.
26
Ooh,
versus
Pull this thing so almightily hard it hits the ground and creates a crater.
Sorry, it was a 26, was it?
Now 26, yeah.
Okay. Well, you do pull it off, but not as hard as you thought, because I rolled a 19 and he gets literally 25 to resist for your strength check. So
of 26.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So you only just outweighed him with that yank. And so he decides to jump with it. And I'm going to make an acrobatics check to try and land. Ooh, spectacular. He lands on his feet and is going to start running towards you on his turn, but it's not his turn yet. So that was your attack roll?
That was my everything, yeah.
All right. Okay. Excellent. All right. Sidarhael.
How far away is the thing?
This creature is now 40 feet because he's been pulled down out of the sky off the back of the still moving and circling.
I take my longbow and take aim at him.
Take aim. You're going to shoot at this creature. All right. Roll 2 hits, please.
I miss. Oh, 12. Do I miss?
12 does miss.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. Yep. Any bonus actions? Hunter's mark, anything like that?
Bonus actions.
Joe, did you pick what is it? The favored foe feat when you favored foe thing when you became a ranger rather than favored enemy?
I don't think she did.
I don't.
Okay, then don't worry.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I'll hunter's mark it.
All
Why
right.
not?
So you're going to put a hunter's mark on it. All right.
Okay.
Just quickly remind me how hunter's mark works. I know you get like a d6 extra damage if you hit something that's marked. You can move the mark when it dies, and you get advantage on tracking something that's got a hunter's mark on it for an hour. Is there anything else?
You choose a creature you can see within range.
Okay.
Until the spell ends, you deal extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit with
Whenever
a
you
weapon
hit.
attack.
All right.
I have to hit it.
Right. So yep. Okay. All good. All good. It is now marked. I think it's a concentration spell, though. Is that right?
Components. Yes. Concentration up to 1 hour.
Okay.
And if it gets down to 0, then
you can move it to another target.
Yeah.
As a bonus action, I think.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's you, Ivariel. Incidentally, the reason you're all going first is because of Steve's dagger. Curse you, Steve. You totally would have been surprised by an attack from the air if not for your dagger.
I also have the alert trait.
Right.
I calmly stand up as I do and walk towards the thing, and then suddenly a vine appears.
Right. This vine comes wrapping towards it from out of the ground from your direction.
Yeah.
All right. And you try to wrap it with that. Now, let's see. Where's the stats for this? Let me see. I'll just grab your character sheet. Ivariel. Are you using the spell Ensnaring Strike, or is this a different trait?
Vine Strike, I think it is.
Vine Strike. Features and traits. Steve, do you know what he's talking about? You've got his character sheet there, right?
Oh, sorry, what was the question?
Barry's casting something to do with a vine. Is this the one with the weapon attack? The next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, a writhing mass of thorny vines. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah.
So you actually have to make a weapon attack to do this.
Okay.
You should have advantage on that.
Right. Okay. So you do. Yep. So let's give you advantage on that. You're going to roll to hit with your long sword, I assume.
Yes.
Oh, great sword.
sword.
It's a great sword.
Great sword. Yeah.
Great sword. Yeah.
Great.
So advantage with
long
your
sword. One or two-handed.
Two-handed with
Two-handed.
the great sword.
So
it
it's 11.
Should be a +8 to hit, and it should be.
I'm seeing it as.
What are you seeing?
+7.
Go, scroll up to great sword.
Hang on. Oh, great sword of vengeance. Yep. Sorry.
Yep, and with advantage to hit.
25.
25 most certainly hits. So, and in conjunction, you're using a spell slot to cast Ensnaring Strike.
Yeah.
Which is going to give you an extra d6, I think, of damage.
12 points of damage off the sword, and then 5 points of damage off the Ensnaring Strike.
All right, 12 off the sword. Uh, 12 off the sword, and how much off the strike?
5.
5 off the strike. Okay. And what else does the Ensnaring Strike do? It holds them there, doesn't it?
So much in the way. Wearing massive thorny vines appears at the point of impact, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the magical vines.
Right.
Until the spell
Strength
ends.
saving throw. Here we go.
I'm guessing it's not large.
It's not large, it's small.
Yeah. It would have advantage if it was large.
Right. Okay, here we go.
And it takes 1d6 of piercing damage at the start of each of its turns.
Oh, nice. Okay, at the start of each of its turns. Remember that, Barry. You're doing a d6 at each of the creature's turns. Okay, cool. Very good. And it is restrained. That's what it is, right?
Yep.
Restrained.
And it makes a saving throw against the a strength check against the spell save DC
Every round.
every round.
Okay, cool. All right. Now, anything else that you've got up your sleeve there, Ivariel? Any bonus actions that you can use?
Let's have a look at bonus actions.
None that I can think of.
The ensnaring strike was a bonus action.
That was a bonus
I think it
action,
was a
right?
bonus
So that
action.
makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. Yep, of course. Okay, in which case, Steve, it's now your turn.
Okie doke. Now that guy's ensnared, there's not a hell of a lot that I can do bonus action wise. I don't think. How far is he? Is that little
He's
thing from the?
he is 30 feet.
Okay.
Get the witch. The witch is still flying.
Is there anything hanging from her?
No.
No. I will just fire my short bow
Okay.
at her.
All right.
Nyla, does he still have bonus? Advantage on his attacks because of your guiding bolt? Okay.
Okay.
I
Roll
don't.
That was just on the little
No.
dude that dropped because I didn't hit
Oh,
the witch.
right. Okay.
Right. So roll to hit, Dayatham, with your short bow. 16. That misses, unfortunately.
Ooh,
Is that the little guy or the witch, did you say?
that was the witch.
Okay, in either case, it misses.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the little guy, he's restrained. So what he does, he says something in this guttural tongue. And the rope that he's holding whips out from his hand and snakes across the floor towards Pelias and tries to wrap itself around your feet, Pelias. You need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy, thank you, Barbarian, for the advantage. Man, these are both boned. 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah, terrible.
Ah,
I got
Okay.
advantage and they still both sucked. Man.
All right. Your
feel
speed is now 0.
Ah, damn.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad.
Right, but you can
Most
make a
bogus.
saving throw each round to break free of that if you wish.
That's the end of my
the end
my
of
round,
your
right?
round.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. That'll be the next round. Yeah, you can make a saving throw.
Cool.
What else can he do right now? Oh, and then he kind of just melds into the ground. Right where the vines are holding him there, he just kind of turns into stone. And snow begins to flake on top of him. At that point, the flying creature, what you're calling the witch right now, she is going to cast a spell on Ivariel. Ivariel,
put a
you need to
spell on
make a
you.
wisdom saving throw, Ivariel.
Variel, wisdom saving throw. 22.
All right, Ivariel, you do not get paralyzed. For a moment, you sense that you might have been, but you're not. And then she comes zooming in towards you, Dayatham, and strikes out at you with the staff that she's holding in her hand. What's your armor class?
Is that's not mine. 14.
She just misses you. She sort of taps you with the staff as she whips past you. And she goes careening around you in a circle and out the other side. All right, Malachor.
How far away is the broomstick?
At this point, 5 feet. You're in melee range because she's just zoomed right in close to try and hit Datham. I probably do need at this point to figure out exactly who's back to back with who so that we can see, so that we have an idea.
Already back to back with Daratham, because we were at the back before.
Okay, you're back to back with Datham. Who's back to back with Pelias?
I think it was initially Varial, but he's moved forward, so I don't have anyone at my back right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Varial.
It was a burial.
Yeah.
It seems
So it
likely
looks
then
like
that yeah.
It's the 2 ranged people back to back.
Okay, so explain it to me again. Who's back to back with who? Do you know? Who am I seeing here?
So I
confused.
think Nyla's back to back with Datham. Peleus was back to back with Evariel, but because the tail grew, he needed some space.
Okay.
And then that leaves Malika and Seraphaen together.
Okay. And Nyla, who are you back to back with?
Daratham, Steve.
Datham, Steve. Yep. Okay. Okay. All right.
Just call him Day.
All right. Very good. So Malika, what are you doing?
Could I try get on the broomstick?
Try and get on the broomstick as she goes past. You will make a athletics check or an acrobatics check with disadvantage.
Okay. Now, would this be my action, or would this just be as she's going past?
This is absolutely an action.
Okay, in that case, I'm just going to shoot it at it twice.
All right.
So first shot is a 16 to hit.
That misses.
That misses. Jeez. And then second shot is a 17 to hit.
17 to hit. That does hit.
That does hit.
Yeah. Damage, please. Didn't you have a? Okay, yeah. You had a smite on your last attack, didn't you? But you don't this time.
So she's just pulsing with a very faint glow. She gives off 5 feet of dim light. So I do 12 points of damage.
Yep. I've totaled that.
And
yep.
As a bonus action, actually no. Yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
That's the end of your turn. All right.
Yeah.
Nyla.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, 'tis your turn. What are you doing?
Seeing that the little dude has turned himself into stone, I am going to shout out, "Are we fighting this, or do we want to keep going?" And then I am going to touch Pelias and cast guidance.
Okay.
Hey.
Sounds like a plan. All right. And
Thank
is that
you,
as your
sister.
action or bonus action?
It's an action.
That's an action. Do you have a bonus action?
Yes, as I am in the archer wild shape thing, I can. Where is it? It's hiding from me. I do another spell attack against the witch this time, and I get to. Yep. So, oh wait, how far away is she?
Right now, 5 feet.
5 feet. Cool. It's within 60 feet. I just rolled for 27.
All right. Do you get a disadvantage for her being at 5 feet with a ranged attack?
No, because it's a
spell
spell.
Okay, cool.
And it's 1d8 plus 4 damage. I'm assuming I'm hitting her on a 27.
Yep, you do.
So 8 damage.
Wow, 8 damage. Awesome. Okay. Peleus, you are restrained, but yes.
I am restrained, but could I attack the witch from where she is now?
Yeah, you can make a swing. You might be able to hit it from here. Yeah.
You have guidance.
I do have I'm gonna use the guidance for the to break out of the ropes. So I'm gonna use both my attacks to swing at her.
Yeah.
With my battle axe, first swing, That is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Spectacular. I'm just gonna go away, dice thing. 1d8 plus 7. That's 10 for that.
10 points of damage?
Oh, no, sorry. 12 because of my rage. 12 points of damage for that first
damage.
swing.
Yeah.
Second swing. That is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, wait. No. That's that. I'll worry about that later. That is another 12 damage. So 24 total this turn.
All right. Very good.
And now, end of my turn, I get to break out of that rope
Yep.
still.
You make a saving throw.
Cool. Is that a strength saving?
Yep.
Cool. And guidance gives me an extra D4, right, Nyla? Cool. So it's strength saving throw. Do I make these with advantage because I'm a barbarian, right? I think so.
I don't know. You're the barbarian.
One moment. I only play this quite regularly. One moment. Checks and saving throws. Okay, cool. So I do. That was a 15 on that first one, and a 22 on my second one.
Right. You break free of the rope.
All right. All right. Let's kill these.
All right, Seraphine.
So with that thing turned to stone, there's not much we can do about that at the moment, is there?
I mean, you
do know.
You could try.
Anything could happen.
You know, it's
Only
made.
I had a mace.
Oh, I'm sorry. I made you switch that out for a sword, didn't I? I knew there was a reason I did that.
I will take longbow and take aim at witch.
All right, roll to hit witch. Roll to hit witch bitch. Which bitch? The bitch. You hit the witch bitch. This bitch you hit.
Was 27.
Yes, indeed, you hit. Okay, roll your damage.
So 6.
So, Seraphine, where do you hit her?
Through heart.
All right, so the arrow literally just goes straight through her, and she tumbles off the broomstick, which goes careening off into the forest by itself, and she hits the floor, green ichor pouring from her veins as she crawls. She tries to sort of climb up, and she looks at you, and she starts crawling in your direction, and then she just kind of crusts over as the ice just takes her. And that is
well done, Sarah.
Her.
Well, that was frightening.
Who loosened her up for me?
All right. Ivariel, what are you doing at this point?
We are all a bit rusty. Do you not think we should do better?
Honestly, I think we got off really relatively easily because I don't think any of us took damage.
Lead on.
What of stone beastie?
Let us just. I will pick him up and throw him off this side.
Right. As you begin to move towards it, is that what you're doing?
Yeah, with everybody's consent.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Peleus is going to start walking towards where the stone thing was.
Does anybody stop him?
Nope.
No.
No.
Okay. It begins to just meld into the floor, and you see this kind of trail of rock chunks come spewing out of the ground.
Coward.
As if it was burrowing into the ground.
Well, it is done. He is running.
Goodbye, Stonewall. It was nice to meet you. By the way, Nyla is currently glowing in the constellation of the Archer, shining.
Okay.
So she
like
casts
Archer.
a little bit of light around.
I like Archer. It suits you, Nyla.
I quite like to.
Nyla and Muscles, go together in the front.
Okay.
Over in the front.
We need Sarah to find portal, though, Ness.
Well, you kind of have a good idea where the portal is, Sarah. It's just down the hill and inside that cave.
Yeah, just head toward cave.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so you head down into the cave, and I'm going to get you to make dexterity checks as you head down into the cave.
Dexterity check.
Is that everyone?
Yeah, that's everyone.
God damn it!
While we're doing that, can I be excused?
Yeah.
8.
I slip on some ice and I go for a ride.
Peleus slides
Alright.
on. I'm behind her.
Seraphane is fine. Malachor is fine. Evariel is fine. Nyla, as you're walking down the thing, you're literally start falling through the snow. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, Nyla?
Saving throw. Is this saving? Yeah, this is saving throw. 13.
All right, you managed to catch yourself before you go tumbling down into a ravine that you were not aware was right there on the side of the path that you were following.
Hole in the snow. Hole in the snow. Careful, guys.
Peleus got an 8. What happened?
Oh, Peleus got an 8. Oh dear. So you make a saving throw too.
Oh, that's a 9.
Okay. Peleus, you go slipping past Nyla. Nyla, can you make a dex check to try and catch onto him?
Yes,
If
I'm
you,
gonna
if,
try.
you, if you want to, you don't have
I'm
to.
gonna
of course.
try and grab him.
All right.
16?
Oh,
Yep.
thank God.
Okay, so now you both need to make athletics checks to pull him out.
Oh God, athletics.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's
12.
fine. 22.
All right.
God.
You pull him up out of the hole before he goes tumbling down to his certain death.
Thank you.
Come
Nyla.
on, Eli. It is not good to step where I stand. I often fall in holes.
Yes, sorry.
No, don't
Right.
apologize. It's lots of fun, but that looks scary and like a long drop.
No, I've fallen from heights before. This one would not be good.
Look, lots of pointy things at bottom. Looks like teeth of rocks.
Just ahead is this green pale glow coming from up ahead of this, where you can see this. There's a portal. It's the circular portal among this kind of, it's iced all around the edge of it, where the frozen water that's dripped on it or around it has just formed this circular shape, this jagged icicle that wraps around the outside of the portal. The inside of it is the swirling pale blue-green kind of color, emitting a very pale light. You can sort of see as you look at it, as you're approaching it, you think you can see more ice and snow. It's hard to say if it's a reflection or not.
Nyla's gonna go up and sort of like trace the outside of the icicle. She's not gonna touch it. She's just gonna like feel around.
Okay. You can
Perhaps the portal is frozen inside the icicle. Maybe we should break it.
Sarah, what do you think?
Can Sarah roll a wisdom maybe?
Yeah, you can make a wisdom check. Yeah. In fact, you could make
Ten.
do it with advantage.
Okay. So just again.
Yeah, roll it again.
Oh, guidance.
With guidance. Okay, so you can add a d4. Okay, 16. Yeah, you think the portal's kind of covered with a slight sheen of ice. You could probably just smash it. In fact, you could probably just smash it on your way through it. It probably wouldn't be enough to stop you going through the portal.
Peleus
Yeah.
pushes his head against the ice and just starts pushing through.
All right. It just kind of shatters around you as you walk through it. And little bits of crystal fall off and flake off around you and land on your shoulders. It's like icy dandruff all
Well,
over
I mean,
your
Father
armor.
always told you to use your head.
All
Right.
right, well,
He
Didn't
says,
kill
I
it,
will. As he spaghettis out into the universe.
Talk about brain freeze.
I'll go second.
Peleus, you now have this very long sensation of falling. It's
it is.
kind of terrifying. And you're tumbling and falling Each of you that steps through has this obviously the same sensation. And as you, I assume, are all going to go through the portal one at a time.
Sarah, want to hold my hand? We go jump 1, 2, 3, and I pull her through.
Right.
Just as that happens, Day turns to Sarah and goes, "Is this safe?"
Yeah.
We can assume Avariel's going to go last for some reason. He must be checking something somewhere.
Yeah,
I
I'm
might just-
making sure it's safe for Avariel as well.
Right. I might just hold until he gets back.
He needs to scratch his ass with dignity when no one can watch him.
I know, right?
Fair enough. I think that went well for the first battle.
First combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for the coward that I
What was
know.
that, Penny?
It was
I just
pretty fascinating.
yeah. I want Malika to turn around, Peleus scratch his ass, and then one of the eyes on my cloaks just blink.
Amazing. I love it.
They all just go wide.
Yeah.
Are you scratching with your tail or with your hands?
I'm scratching with my tail while it still remains.
All the eyes just roll.
Amazing.
Just I'm being really delicate with these spines. Nothing quite itches like a spine.
Amazing.
Good for scratching your back.
This is true.
Come on, Barry. Yeah, there he is, just like that.
Peleus has at least one scar from when he got too into it with his tail.
Did it go
Right.
up?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
These are brother and
Went
sister
around.
questions.
It's supposed to go around, not in.
These are brother and sister questions that nobody else needs to hear about.
Nyla likely knows because she saw it happen while he was in chains, and he didn't have a hand free, so tail.
It's probably her idea.
Because like my butt itches, and I'm like, why don't you use your tail?
Well, this is a
Right.
good idea. Ah!
No, not like that.
That's so wrong. So Barry, are you back? Can you hear us?
Sadly, I can hear everything.
Okay. All right. So these guys have all gone through the portal. You're the last one. I assume you're going to
Safe,
take it.
it's safe, boss, and then I'll step through.
Right.
I will come through last.
All right. You go tumbling through the portal last. You feel yourself falling for a long minute. You can see stars and constellations around you, and also snow and bits of earth and elements such as fire, and you're surrounded by this sort of tornado of particles until finally it's something. Each of you, you can each make a dexterity saving throw.
Ah! Go away.
Hey,
17.
21.
7.
16.
7.
Very.
7. Did I hear 7?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
There's a 4 for Barry.
Oh,
Paladins don't do well.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Barry.
it's the armor, huh? So Barry, you take.
I mean, I'm wearing light armor, so
Barry, it's 1 point of falling damage, and 2 points of falling damage for the other pally, Malachor. A little bit
It's okay,
bruised,
the paladins.
getting up. All right, and you find yourself in yet another snowstorm. You're kind of wondering, did I just pop out the other side of the fucking mountain?
Is
But
this new place or is this same place?
right, can we have survival checks for anybody that cares to think about that question?
I'll have
16.
one, please.
5.
Go.
18.
Hey.
15.
Hey.
Oh. Survival, Peleus 16. Malachor, you're not
Oh.
sure.
I rolled a
Nyla.
1.
Oh. All right. So, Steve, you're fucking sure you're back home in the Feywild. You've, in fact, just gone back across the forest. This is right next to where your uncle Jeb lives.
Was this actually a portal? We haven't moved.
No, I'm pretty sure we moved. The sky
Ah.
is different.
Nah, mate. No.
Those are different stars. Have you ever looked in sky, or have you been too busy looking up your own butt?
Look at moons.
There are several, and they are also not moons.
I don't know. It feels the same.
It's hard to see the sky because of the
Right. Yes.
that might be the
You'll
problem.
still look up and be like, nah. It's still the same, isn't it?
Berthan, cold feels different here.
I mean, I rolled an 18, so.
Right. So next to you is this large stone wall that seems to block this. It's like a valley, not a very wide valley. How would you describe this? Say, imagine you're on a road, and on the right-hand side is a cliff, and on the left-hand side is another cliff that goes down. So the right-hand side, the cliff goes up. The left-hand side, the cliff goes down. The road goes behind you, curves around the side of the mountain. Right in front of you is a huge, giant wall. And when I say giant, everybody knows what I mean by Ostorian giant wall, blocking off this passage where this road has literally come to a stop because of this huge wall.
Giant wall that way. We no have giant wall.
Now I'll get you to make perception alertness checks. Perception alertness, wisdom perception checks is what I mean to say. I'm still playing Vampire the Masquerade in my brain.
15 for me.
19.
12.
15. I don't know why it was a 12. I rolled a. Why is it? +2 plus. That makes no sense. It was a.
11 for Rail.
Whenever I try
12.
to advantage, it decides to do something else. So I'm just going to roll twice.
All right. So
and get 12.
Peleus, Diatham, Seraphane, and that's it. You guys notice that further down the mountainside behind you is something of a stone tower, kind of like a watchtower, on the high cliff side of the wall of the road. And from the top of that tower, you think you can see a flickering light. The other thing that you guys notice is there's a small set of steps that lead up around the giant wall, kind of obscured by snow and the shape of it, so that you wouldn't necessarily notice it straight away. But as you move, you sort of, it's kind of has that illusion that allows you to see it when you move because it's a 3D object. But if you're standing still, you wouldn't notice that it was there.
Companions, do you see that tower over there? It would be a good way to orientate ourselves in this new landscape.
Also good to find shelter.
So the tower is about 50 feet lower in terms of elevation to where you are right now, down from the summit. The wall is the summit, for your information. So you would be going down the hill towards the tower. You cannot go any further up the hill without taking that side stairs that apparently goes around the wall.
I've seen plenty of these towers. This is no new place.
Just trust us, Derthan. We will show you something new. What is the worst that could happen? You broaden your horizons? Come along.
Yeah.
My character is just observing all of them, watching all of them do their thing.
Right.
And do portals always lead up to the same place? Like, would Sarah know this one?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Right.
Should we go to the top and then we can find out which direction we need to go?
Yes,
So
that is good.
Okay, so when you say the top, what are you talking?
Climbing the side stairs.
The side stairs. Okay. All right, so the side stairs are very slippery and quite narrow, and they don't seem to have been built by the same people that built the wall. They're from a totally different era and fit totally different sort of sized feet and hands. And as I say, quite narrow. And as you go up them, they curve around till eventually they get to the top of that wall, which then on the other side of it, you see there is an encampment, a village, and it's all ash and snow. you see no inhabitants, no smoke, no light, no movement until you see a dog, a very skinny, whiny dog, dragging something out of a hut.
You
Peleus
should
is
go
going
have
to
a
approach
look.
the dog.
Hello.
You talk to
Hello,
the dog.
friend.
So this is a good couple of 100 feet down from you, just to
Okay.
bear in mind.
Are there any
What-
stairs leading down?
Yep, the stairs continue over the wall, around the wall, and down.
This
I'll
place
start
is
going,
eerie.
but we should try step carefully. If we're going to go down, we don't know what has made it into ash.
Beyond
I
the
cast passive outer trace.
all right, very good. So anybody who's going to make a stealth check gets plus 10 to their stealth check.
Woo! I'm gonna do that.
Thankful.
Yeah, I'm gonna stress stealth down.
That
with
is a
Malik.
total of 23.
Right,
With
and
that
if-
I'll
plus 10.
stealth down.
All right, so you can make a
That is
stealth
a
check too, despite your. Oh,
total
you're
of-
not. You're wearing heavy armor, Barry, but you have it's a mithril armor, so you do not have disadvantage.
Mine's a
27 for
Mine's a
Peleus.
27 as well.
Wow.
Barry's is 14.
See? All right, very good. You guys generally just stealthed around the other side and down into the village. As you get there, the mist kind of clears somewhat, and you can see that there is another wall, very much like the first wall, on the other side of the village. So what you have is a village wedged between two stone walls and then two natural walls. So it's kind of boxed in entirely. Right? There's a well in the center of the small town. There's not a lot of buildings here, and those buildings look like they've been tipped over or smashed somewhat recently, to be fair.
All right. I'm gonna do another divine sense when we get into the town
Alright.
to see if any celestial fiend or undead pop up.
Right? Nothing comes out of that.
Can I try and talk to the dog?
Yes. It's
Hello.
got this chunk of meat in its mouth and it looks at you.
You all right? What
Hmm.
happened here?
2 legs come.
2 legs.
Many.
Many legs. Like
many
me?
2 legs. Not like you. Kill the ones like you.
Oh, big scary 2 legs.
2 legs. Have teeth like mine.
Oh, sharp teeth. Okay. Are you all okay? Do you need some food, or are you just eating the people?
You
around
have
here?
food.
I have little bit, and I give him some jerky.
Oh, that was weird. Wow.
I think we may have
Oh,
lost
That
us
was-
for a bit. Oh, no, we
Where's
just
your
can't see you.
camera gone?
hello.
There we go.
Hello.
I died.
Welcome
said,
back.
I'm going to give dog some jerky.
All right. You give the dog some jerky. All right. And it's quite happy about that.
Do you know where the scary 2 legs went?
It kind of looks over towards the second wall.
Oh,
Now, actually, speaking of this, Seraphine, can you make a survival check?
Mhm.
I'll say that Nyla, you can make a survival check too, actually, on this.
okay.
Eight.
An 8. Okay, it's apparently you can't tell.
22.
But Nyla, you've got a feeling that the direction of the second wall is actually northeast.
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 Yeah.
All right, so second wall is northeast. Do you want to come with us, friend? Yeah. And I give him belly rubs.
I'm gonna go look around, see if there's any bodies,
Alright.
any bodies, and amongst the bodies, anyone potentially left alive.
Okay. What you do find is quite a few bodies, frozen bodies. You don't know quite how long they've been frozen, but they're certainly very dead. Most of them have been gored by large weapons, you suspect. Slashing attacks, gashing attacks, dismembering attacks. There's quite a lot of blood frozen into the snow. You also find a small hut with a couple of children who have literally starved and frozen to death.
I don't like that.
all of these people are elves.
Eli,
Everlael.
Nyla.
this dog says they were scary big 2 legs that came and slaughtered everyone. They went that way.
Is that the opposite direction or the same direction as us?
As where you are, or sorry, I'm
The
confused.
direction that we're going.
Which direction are you going? Is the question.
Well, you probably have more an idea of that, where we come from and where did they go?
Well, you came from behind the first wall into the town. They went from the town out beyond to the second wall. So I guess the same direction that you've moved so far.
Could you maybe ask it where they came from?
Hey, buddy. Where did the 2 legs come from?
Just to be clear, you guys did see firelight in the tower, right?
Yes.
Earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was like a calling for help tower. Michael just thought it was a lighthouse.
I just thought it was a watchtower. I didn't. Oh God, that means they're dead too.
Well, if there's fire in it, they're either dead very recently or there's somebody there.
Does someone want to go and check on that tower?
I will go check on the tower.
I think maybe we should, if the tower's on the other side of the wall, we should go together.
So you'll have to go back over the wall. Around.
Yes, we should go as a team.
Let us remember something.
What
This
is
is
that?
not our land, this is their land. We are not their friends all the time.
But they are elves.
This is true
Does
about
not
it.
matter.
But if nothing else, we should be aware of what situation we may or may not be walking into.
You do not go walking up to a tower and say, "Hello, is anybody in? Can we be a little bit more cautious?"
What do you propose?
I propose that the stealthy of us goes and has a look first.
Look first. Oh yeah, that's me.
That would be you, and of course, you, little one.
Me? Yes. Well, okay. Shall we go?
All right. So I'm going to say you guys go up and over the stairs, down the other side, back to where you basically appeared, to the pretty much the exact location where you arrived on the first side of the first tower. And at this point, you can see the watchtower, assuming it's a watchtower, down the hill, down the road, heading west, southwest, opposite the direction that you would have gone through the town. Does it make sense? Okay. All right. So what are you doing? Who's going? Okay, I see a stealth check happening.
It'll be 25.
15, 25 with pass without trace.
Yep.
And
pass without trace.
Yep, and you're moving with her with a 13,
23.
so that's a 23. Okay. So the two of you approach the watchtower, and as you get to the base of the watchtower, you begin to smell smoke coming from inside. You notice that the wooden door on the watchtower has been smashed open, and then it's been placed up against the wall, up against the door to try and keep the cold out. You can hear the whinny of horses inside, and you can smell the cooking of meat. And you can hear this gruff conversation.
I think we should go get the others.
Yeah, I don't think that's something we want to join. I don't think that's a party.
Yeah. Well, it's probably some sort of party, but I don't think it's something that we both want to get involved with.
Yeah, I don't think it's an invited type of party. I think it is their own.
Yeah, definitely their own. Not something we want to worry ourselves about too much.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's go back.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right, you go back to the group.
Stealthing again. Can we just keep the same stealth check?
Yeah.
If Nyla's running ahead, then Day is just like walking quite methodically
Right.
behind.
Right. That makes sense. Okay.
You have to stay
Infested.
within a certain amount of distance with me to keep pass without a
Oh.
trace.
Is it 30 feet?
Yeah, I
Something
think
like
it is 30 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
It's
He'll
not
just
too
stay
far.
at the edge of the 30 feet.
Okay. Now, just for the sake of brevity, let's just get an initiative roll just now, just in case.
Okay.
Nyla,
Yes.
14.
Hey, 15.
Sarah,
20 for day.
hold on, hold back.
Oh.
Seraphine,
22.
22. Diatharm,
20.
20. Peleus,
15.
15. Ivariel,
17.
Malachor.
5.
Wow. Gentleman's
Yeah.
5.
Well,
All right.
a lot of good rolls today.
Okay.
Quite happy with my
I'm
check.
satisfied with that. Very good. What are you going to do now that you're all back together?
Malika is currently with the children, praying over their bodies.
So you've gone back over the wall,
Well,
or you didn't leave?
no, because it was only Datham and Nyla.
Okay,
that
so
went,
only those
right?
two went. I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And she's
Everybody
been
else is
praying over them, trying to stifle back tears as she gives
Right.
them their burial rites.
okay. That makes good
Peleus
sense.
is with her, digging holes to put the bodies in.
All right. You guys can
Oh.
both have inspiration.
Russell,
Hooray!
Yes, Steve.
do I know what the voices would have been?
What languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish. Oh, yeah. Common, Elvish, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay. Can you make a
Nice.
nature check, please?
Can I also check as well? I've got common, druidic, elvish, and giant.
Okay. You can also make a nature check.
21.
21. Okay. Hold fire, Steve. We'll see what she gets.
Yep.
Natural 1.
Natural one. Oh, you are certain that they are drow elves?
Me.
No, not you. The natural one. Steve, on the other hand, you recognize the timbre of their voices to sound like orcs or hobgoblins or something goblinoid like that.
It's definitely not drow elves. It's definitely orcs.
Really?
Definitely.
I thought they were drow. Although I did not
Oh,
look. So you might
no.
be right.
I'm absolutely 100% sure of that.
Well, you're not often very 100% trust, but I will confer to you. Where is Ivariel?
What?
Ivariel's back with the rest of the group in the town right now. I assume he's assisting with the rites. Barry?
I am assisting, as you say.
Right. Okay. Or overseeing them, probably. Or
Mm.
maybe just standing in the middle of the town square.
No tears, no nothing, just
Right.
watching.
Right. Ivariel, you can make a perception check, please.
Oh, I'm rolling there, aren't I?
Yeah. Yeah.
15.
15. Ivariel, you are aware that several ravens have taken up residence around this place.
They could be here because dinner is served.
Yeah, quite
They could be
let's-
watching us.
Could be that too. All right, back. So these guys come back over the wall. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Back into the town square. All right. So you see them approaching.
So
stealthily.
So there is bad guys in the tower. I thought they were drow, but apparently they says they are orc or hobgoblin.
Definitely orcs.
But I definitely orcs.
Yeah, definitely orcs.
They have barricaded themselves in and seem to be having a party. Did we want to crash it?
What do you think? He looks at his second in command.
Malika just sleeve across the eye, has the swift motion of sleeve across the eye, hand on long sword, and falchion, and draws it out and starts stalking towards the wall.
I do believe you have your answer.
All right, let's go and gate crash, I suppose.
While they start their journey on, I'll talk to the ravens and ask them who is their master, if there is one.
Okay. And you're using, is this a spell or a trait?
I can talk to animals.
You can, but it's a
Is a
question
bird an animal?
It is. It's just a matter of whether it's a spell. It is a spell. It's a first level spell.
Oh, I'll use that.
Okay, so you're using up a spell slot, so Steve will need to mark that off.
Done? Yep.
Okay. So you gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. Knowledge is limited to their intelligence. So what do you ask them specifically, Barry?
Who is your master?
The birds, one of them flies closer to you and looks at you, and it says, "The Queen." And it flies away.
He just nods his head and walks for the others.
All right. Okay, so you guys regroup on the other side of the wall, closer to the tower.
Are we sneaking up to it?
Yes.
Pass without trace.
Pass without trace. Yep, it's still operational for another 30 minutes.
Hooray!
Okay, so we're going to get stealth checks from here, please.
Mm-hmm.
31.
Yeah, holy crap.
22.
15 total.
25.
23 for day.
Although Malika is being particularly reluctant with the stealth.
She's like charging ahead, going like, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, she's already, her blade is already kind of shimmering with a divine smite.
Right.
Like just kind of
Elias is hidden in her shadow.
Up.
Right. Barry, what are you preparing any smites or anything like that, or are you going to save that till you know more?
I'm going to save that till I know more. Okay. But if I'm near Malika,
yep,
I'm going to tap her on the shoulder. Malika.
She grunts, apparently.
Malika, always be calm in battle. You make mistakes when you are angry. You notice.
Or you find power in your fury.
Anger is a different feeling to grief.
When we get close, I'm going to tap Pelias on the shoulder and cast guidance.
Okay. Okay, so at this point, I think it would be prudent of me.
Oh my.
Something very exciting.
Prudence.
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 Dear Prudence.
Dearest Prudence.
Oh, are we going to get a map? Are we going to get figures in a map?
You're going to get figures.
Are we getting a map?
And a map.
Boy.
Oh boy. So take a minute to breathe while I set this up. It's going to take me probably 2 or 3 minutes. Maybe less. We'll see.
So Sarah rolled an 8. So I'll say that she
That's
she was
an 18. It's still 18.
18.
Because you get plus 10 to your stealth check.
Ah, of course.
Honestly, the staff is the best thing ever. Because it's just at will. There's
so
no cuts,
good.
no
No,
spell
really?
cuts for this at all. It's at will.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'll be back.
Yes, when we get to the door, Malika's kind of gonna nod to Peleus to kick it open. When we get there, if we get there, I suppose. If is the better word, but
yeah, and it's off its hinges, so it should be a little bit spectacular.
Peleus will, walking up to the door, Peleus will start to rage. His muscles will swell, and he'll start to stoop a little bit more, shoulders hunched, and just cinematic bullshit. Low angle camera looking at the snow. Peleus's feet traipsing through the snow, and his shield drops, revealing a taloned claw.
This is our new figurine.
Ooh. Is that Nyla?
Yeah.
Was it me?
This figurine looks just like Russell.
It's a wizard.
It's too skinny for me. Trust me.
You're a wizard, Nyla.
No,
Yay!
no.
I mean, technically I'm a druid, but sure.
Magic adjacent.
magic adjacent.
Druid adjacent. I don't know what that was. They
Well,
were just
It
syllables
was
coming right out of
spectacular.
my
I
mouth.
loved it.
Wizard school tutors don't know the difference, so
All of you into biology core, with the grass, over there. Thank you.
you're wizards. You cast
You're
things.
wizards, but some of you is just naturally good at it. We call you sorcerers. Some of you sleeping with a teacher. You're warlocks. And some of you are working hard, very impotently. You'll go somewhere eventually.
They're the wizards. And some of you are just hippies with access to other things. I was this close to playing Nyla as a stoner.
You could still do that.
Bro,
I mean,
nah,
she's-
like
She's
You
not
guys have to
had.
save the world eventually. Just keep that in mind.
She's not had this dank Sidarhael Kush. So
Yeah,
we're still
one of the
going.
players in my campaign has turned her little old lady druid into a mushroom freak.
I love it.
Cyclospores
It's
is
so
so
good.
chunky.
Love a good mushroom.
Because Barovia's mushrooms, man.
Are they experimenting to see which ones do the least lethal but most Gucci head stuff?
Yep.
Nice, I love it. I love it.
That's what I'm looking for.
My camera keeps failing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you
Yep.
just fine.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, like occasionally I just seem to warp out into another existence. Like I'll have the
Ah,
camera on and then it'll go.
That's bizarre.
Not sure why.
It's that portal we went through.
Yes, it's still interrupting my transmissions.
Right.
Here comes the map. The map is scary with the big bad beings inside.
I'll find a good angle for this.
All right. Scarlett, you can pop some popcorn if you want to.
Popcorn.
Just Joe in the background with her
We
kids.
have popcorn too.
Scarlett, can I have some popcorn?
Scarlett, make us all some
Scarlett.
popcorn.
Scarlett, some popcorn!
Russell, I'm just adding an extra camera for a moment.
Want a big bowl
Is
of
it for the
popcorn,
popcorn?
please? Big bowl.
Is it for the popcorn? Or is it for the bunny?
My wife wants popcorn as well.
Oh,
Please.
do you have a bunny?
Hang on.
Oh,
He's got little bunnies. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it must be. He didn't say no.
My
Right.
wife dresses up as a bunny occasionally.
We're not
Oh, stop
streaming,
it.
so it shouldn't be a
Stop,
problem.
Stop, just stop. Oh my god.
If Russell, this is something you invited. You invited all the bullshit to happen. This is on your
It
head.
took 2 minutes to make a map. And what happened?
oh,
Chaos.
What
Sorry.
the hell?
hi,
There's
Steve.
two of him.
I know, isn't that bizarre?
Is your
Bizarre
bunny?
and scary.
Why
Where
is
is
there
it?
two of him?
Why? Where are we going? We're going on an adventure.
Who's that?
Oh,
He's showing us around his house, home, place.
I'm waiting for a
nice
bunny.
scaffolding.
He's a bunny.
Scaffolding.
Tiny friends.
Oh,
What was this?
scared.
Oh, buddy. Hello. Oh, bunny.
This is the premium content our followers are going to watch at some point.
That's a real. Okay. Yeah.
It's a bunny. It's a bunny break. It's what happens.
What's its name? What's the bunny's name?
Henrietta.
Henrietta.
That's a very bunny name. I like it.
I like it. Does she like cabbage?
This is her little corner of the office where she
Is shredding paper.
There's paper to shit.
I love it. Honestly, you don't need a paper shredder. You just get bunnies and they do it for you.
totally.
The one single most foolproof way to avoid office espionage. Give your important documents to a rabbit.
They will eat through all the top secret documents and you will never be caught because it will all be in bunny poop by the end of it.
Business
no, my tax
espionage.
evasion.
And gentlemen,
And honestly, probably more environmentally friendly than shredded paper.
This is true.
are we ready to proceed?
Rabbits.
Yeah.
Oh god, bye.
I'm just distracting everyone
Oh, there goes Nyla's camera again.
with bunny rabbit.
That could be a deal breaker.
It's to be fair, in Australia, not my normal
Right,
internet.
that's
Don't have
fair
my
enough.
microphone. This is not how it's supposed to be.
No. Okay. All right.
Because I can see when it's failing because it starts doing like
Yeah, it starts to drop out, right? Okay, so order, please. Now, basically, just for your information, I'm just going to make everybody use the same miniatures that you normally use, just for clarity. Just those are your
When
miniatures.
we
so
even normally used miniatures.
that's true. We don't normally
We
use
never
miniatures.
used miniatures
That's Adric.
in the campaign.
Yeah, that's Adric. Adric's
So-
most good.
This is now Peleus. So
Who's
so
Peleus?
Peleus
Michael.
is Michael's character,
Ah,
right? So yeah, yes, and typically this
Believe-
is Milford Brixton, but
But
today
he's not there.
it's Ivariel. So
Mario.
all right, so who's at the front?
I believe Peleus was about to knock the door down.
I was about to rip the
Peleus.
door off its hinges.
Was about to rip the door off its hinges.
And-
Okay.
I was next to it, ready to go in and do some
Some
butchering.
business.
I was behind Peleus because I just cast guidance on him.
Okay, you're behind Peleus as well. Okay, I'm gonna put you back.
Ivralael also told me to calm the fuck down, but
So he must be pretty
So
close. He put
he's
his
pretty
hand on your
close.
shoulder a minute ago, so I'm going to put him here.
yeah.
All right, that leaves Goodale, not Goodale, no longer Goodale. Sarah,
The other
And-
Talondaran.
and somebody else that's left over.
Hey,
Right, must be you, Steve. Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
Leith.
That's pretty
It's
leafy.
Leith, Mr. Lath.
Lethe.
All right. So where are you, Leith? Are you here?
yeah, Day's going to go at the back. He tries to keep as close as possible to Ivrael, though.
All right. Okay. Yeah, he's right next to. He's right behind Ivariel.
Yeah.
Ivariel.
Ivariel.
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay. So we've had our initiative roll, so everybody's set up for that.
Very good.
Yes.
You guys currently have, I guess, surprise. If you want to try and use it, you can hear the conversation through the door now.
And they're definitely speaking not an undercommon.
It's not
So-
uncommon. No.
So I turn to Day and I go, "You were right on that one."
No, mate, I've heard that before.
The language or the rightness?
The
Both,
language.
mate. Both, mate. People argue with me about that kind of stuff all the time.
So you're having this conversation outside the door.
Yep.
Say goodbye to your stealth.
They argue with me about that kind of stuff all the time, but it's
We got plus 10 to our stealth though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're going to talk through it.
He's not raising his voice.
He's whispering.
Yeah.
Are
Stage
you?
whisper.
Are you though?
Whispering.
Are you?
I'm
All right. I'll let you
talking
have it
quiet.
this time.
being
If
quiet.
we're whispering, we're blowing into the mics, and that's not good.
Better
Hmm.
start acting like you're being quiet. Because you
No.
sound like
Yes.
you're not being quiet to
Now,
me.
try it. Will
I'm
you
like
all
this
shut
far.
up for 5
like-
minutes?
This distance
No.
from my mic.
Okay.
All
And there's
right.
If I wasn't whispering, I'd be doing this.
you can whisper like this.
Ah,
Okay. Back to the action.
Lift up the door as quietly as possible and move it aside.
All right.
Okay, so you lift up the door and start moving it aside.
Just
As
gingerly
quietly as
moving it aside.
possible.
Can I hold an action to guiding bolt whatever I see inside?
You can do that. You can do that. Okay. And
I've got my hand crossbow poised in my offhand, ready to shoot in case someone decides to fuck with us.
I'm going to get the camera in here so you can see a bit more clearly. Does anyone want to change positions?
I can't really see where we are.
So Leaf, this is you, not Leaf, Steve, this is you here. I'll use this pencil to point. That's Steve. And this is Michael, just right up to the door.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to make an athletics check to lift the door.
Yep.
I'm going to move right beside whoever that is with the bow.
That's
the tall one.
This
with the
one?
bow. Yep.
That's Ivariel.
Okay, so I've got a clear line to run in if I have to.
So you're going to move beside him.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
That's a 21 on my athletics roll.
All right. You start lifting the gate. Sarah, what are you doing? This is you here.
Well, it's not really longbow range, so Sarah's got her sword out.
Okay.
And she's not going to go right through everyone, so she's just going to stand there at the ready.
All right. And just for final checks, I'm going to take the camera off the thing so you can see it from above. Yeah. It might make more sense if she's by that wall, hey, in front of. Over here.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
Sounds quite good to me. All right then. All right, trying to hook this camera back onto it.
Where's Peleus going to put the door? Is he just going to throw it in, or?
My camera keeps failing.
Gonna gently just drop it into a snowdrift.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so you lift the door and turn it and put it down here, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at that point, you become aware of a fuckload of orcs. There's not really any easy way to say that, but a fuckload of orcs on the other side of the door who all begin to turn around at the fact that the light has changed, because they're sitting around this campfire.
What's our relationship with orcs as Eladrin? Are we like most elves and we don't like them, or?
Yeah, pretty typically. Orcs don't like anyone much. Right. So right now you can see 4 orcs.
Orcs.
Over there.
Orcs, mate.
I have
5, 10,
Blooming
15,
folks.
20, 25, 30 feet.
Thank you, Steve.
I have dark vision of 120. Would I see anything further? Or is that just because of the size of the room?
You can see this wall.
Oh God.
Okay, sweet.
I,
So we know it doesn't go further that way.
Actually, I just realized something. That's not where the fireplace is. This might actually be easier for you because the fireplace is here. So, oh, crap.
Oh, he's died.
Oh, that's some orcs out the way. They just seem to be killing themselves.
He fell into the fire. It's really weird.
Yeah. Self-immolation. I don't know. Maybe it's a ritual. Oh, we lost Nyla.
Oh, Caitlin's fallen off.
Oh,
Caitlin's gone.
It's probably an internet thing. Just give her 2 seconds. She may or may not be back soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do 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 do. Nice.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello.
We need be back.
I'm back.
Thank you. And
Fix my camera because it for some reason doesn't want to be on now.
God damn it.
It was doing some amazing VHS artifacting.
Malachor,
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Malachor, you can see some steps over here.
Okay.
How close are the orcs together?
They're about 5 feet away from each other. Between them, there's 5 feet, a gap in the middle.
Very cool.
Otherwise, they're standing right next to each other, those 4.
Do we have a surprise round or no?
Not anymore, because you were very careful moving the door. And, you know, this
should have burst in.
Yeah.
Should have burst in. You would have had surprise if you'd burst
Should
in.
have just shut down the door, mate.
Yeah, you were too
Only
careful.
supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Bloody doors off.
Or you
Look
could
at
have,
you being so careful, stupid.
you could have potentially
You're
tried
only
looking
supposed
through the
to blow
cracks in the
bloody
doors too.
doors off.
You know,
Sorry, what was that, Russell?
you could have potentially tried to look through the cracks in the door too. And
Too late now.
yeah.
Too late. We made our choice. Now I
Too
gotta go
late
murder.
now. Yeah. All right. Seraphane, you're at the top of the initiative round. So you're the first person to notice these orcs whilst Michael is putting the door down on the floor, and they're turning towards you at this as you speak. Seraphane, you have the top of the initiative round.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
I guess I'm gonna run in with my sword.
Okay, so you charge in with your sword. Where are you? Yeah, okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. You're going left or right? Left or right?
Left or right? I will go right.
Okay. 25, 30. That's your spot. All right, and you're going to roll to hit with your
Yep.
sword.
With my long sword, choppy choppy.
Out of curiosity, do you want to be using a long sword and a short sword and having 2 attacks per round when you're, because you can use a short sword as a bonus action and attack with that.
Right.
Like how Milford does that.
Yes. I don't think I actually have a short sword on me.
You
is the
might
only
not have
problem.
one on you, but one might magically appear in your pack because Russell said you could have it retrospectively, you see.
Aw,
Oh.
thank you, voice in the sky.
You're
It
welcome.
makes complete sense for you to have like a larger hunting knife.
Right.
Sure.
I do have a dagger, but
You can have a dagger. Well, whatever. You can choose a +1 light weapon.
Okay, all right.
So a short sword or a dagger, basically.
Cool. Well, I'll hit with my long sword while I sort out my short sword.
All right, roll to hit.
And that was a 15, so I don't know.
15. Yep, 15. Let me see. Okay, so here's a question. There's a big scary one, and there's a less scary one, and there's some even less scary ones.
Which one's the biggest, scariest?
At the back. So scariest here, little bit less scary, least scary.
I'm just going to go for the one that I'm closest to, just
Okay,
out
makes
of
sense.
yeah.
Yep, you pretty much have to anyway. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
Pretty
so what did you get? 15. That's a hit.
I've got 2 options, and I can't remember which one I had to. Is it the top one? That's the 1d8 + 2, or is it 1d?
Are you using? Okay, so if you're using 2 hands with a long sword, in which case
it's
you
the
will
top
not.
one.
Right. In which case you will not get that bonus action. Okay, so yeah, 7 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. And then
And I still haven't managed to inventory up a sword.
okay, well you're doing that with 2 hands anyway, weren't you?
Yes.
Right. So you can't. So you
okay,
can't
yeah.
use.
Roll the d8. She rolled a d8, which is one.
Oh, that's one-handed. Okay, cool. All right, because d10 with 2 hands. Gotcha. Cool. Okay, so you can do the second attack. Just roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
Okay, thank you. A d20.
Or even just roll a longsword again, and we can just adjust the damage based on that.
Say 17 with the 1d20.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, and then it's
I think it's a d6 plus whatever else. No, there's no damage bonus because it's your offhand.
okay, cool. There's no damage bonus.
No damage bonus. It's just a d6.
D6
for a short sword.
4.
4. Okay. All right. You severely wound him, and he's certainly gouting blood from his chest wounds that you've just inflicted. Okay.
Okay.
At that point, it is Diatharm's turn. Here.
Can I dash and do an action?
As a rogue, you can use a bonus action to dash.
35.
Yep.
I'm gonna dash right up to behind the biggest one.
All the way behind the biggest one. Here's the scariest one, I think I said.
Yep, and I'm gonna grapple him.
And you're going to grapple him. Roll your strength. Athletics check, please.
Do I get any bonus on it? Athletics check. Okay.
Yep.
12. That's a bit shit.
He throws you off. Don't manage to grapple him. Do you have any bonus actions or other attacks that you would like to try? Well, that was your bonus action, was dashing.
Yeah,
That sounds like that's it.
that is it.
All right. All right then. But you are in place. Ivariel, our dear paladin, what do you do?
I'm gonna step if
Just
I'm
1 second.
allowed.
1 second,
Sorry.
Barry. Yep.
What is that? What is that behind me on the
Stairs leading up.
Can I get myself under the stairs?
Yes,
Into
you can get
5?
yourself. Oh, you've run out of movement though.
Okay, no, all good.
Okay. All right, Barry.
I'm gonna step
Yeah. As in,
behind the biggest and ugliest one.
like face step.
Yep.
Okay. What's the range on that? 30 feet. 5,
So,
10.
Is he 30 feet?
20,
I'll just
25,
check.
30. He's too far away. But
Okay,
you could move.
I'm gonna dash then step.
You can do that. That will
Yeah.
work. Okay. So the same one that Steve went behind, is that right? Or the opposite one, who's the second
The same,
ugliest?
the biggest and ugliest.
Okay. So you move, say, 5, 10, 15 feet, and then you face step poof to here.
Okay.
All right. Now what?
Attack it with my sword.
All right. Can he? It was. Let me just have a quick look. That I think.
Just check that. I don't know if I can do that. But
Yep.
The
Face.
face step is
It's a bonus action, right?
bonus action, yeah.
Okay. Yep. You can do that. Great sword attack. +8 to hit.
Great
Mhm.
attack.
I can't empower the sword during the fight, can I?
That would be another bonus action, I think. You've
Yeah, I
already used
just
a bonus
just thought
action.
I'd ask. Yeah.
Yep. So 21 to hit. Yep.
Yeah.
That
Sorry for being a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
As Eladrin, when
Yeah.
we face step, we get it isn't reflected in D&D Beyond for some reason.
all right.
When we face step, we gain there's an additional
Right. Frightened
effect.
condition in this case,
Yeah.
because he's a
One
winter
creature of your
Eladrin.
choice you can see within 5 feet of you before tail must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of you.
Right.
So Barry, is
Who
that
do you
something
want?
to do?
Who
Yep.
do you want to be frightened? Who do you want to be
The
frightened of you?
biggest, baddest.
The same guy?
Yep.
Okay, so he needs to make a wisdom save. Okay, cool.
I'm afraid I don't know what Barry's DC is.
The DC for that, Barry.
Ignore my
Let's
grapple
have a
check
look. DC save is 14. He fails. Okay, so he's just, I guess he can't. He saw you coming in and then he saw you disappeared. So he's afraid of you, but he doesn't know where you are. So he's looking around for you. He hasn't seen you yet, but you are behind him and you've rolled to hit him and you've hit him, I believe, with that attack roll. Is that right? Ivariel had a 21 with a great sword and 11 damage. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Cool. All right, so you did 11 damage. Very good. All right, Ivariel, your turn is done, I believe. Peleus.
Cool. So Peleus claws out, or one claw out, other one holding a battle axe is going to roar. Damn it, thing. I was going to be so cool. Anyway, no. So he does that and he runs in with his 40 feet movement speed at the first orc he can see.
Oof.
Cool. So going to attack once with my battle axe. That is a spectacular 10, which I'm assuming does not hit.
Does not hit.
Brilliant. And I'm
You've
going
got
to
a
attack.
D4.
This
Oh.
is true. I'm also going to roll a d4 to see if that fixes it.
Okay.
Does it? That's a 3. Does it?
10 plus 3. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Really? Oh shit! Hell yeah! Thank you, Nyla. So that's
Haha.
a first slash with that's a 10 damage.
10 damage. All right.
Cool.
Very good.
Now second attack. I'm going to swipe at him with my claws.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 24 to hit on that my first swing of my claws.
Certainly do hit.
That's 1d6 plus 5. Let us see. That is a 9 damage first swing because
So,
of.
What do you
yeah.
do? Do you, like, your claws go into him?
So
you
swipe once
dismember
with battle axe,
Mhm.
and then claw comes up, and I just want to rip his throat out.
You can rip his spine out if you like.
Yeah. It's just gonna come in, rip his spine out,
Right.
and then because of the form of the beast claws thing, if I attack once with my claws,
Yeah.
I'm going to fling it across the room and
Yeah.
then lurch at the next closest guy with my claws again.
All right. So this guy's dead. You're going to step over his body, basically, to this guy, attack him.
Yep.
Roll to hit.
And that is a 16 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
It doesn't. Okay, spectacular. So just swing and a miss.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Not
Right.
bad for a first round.
Not
Right.
bad at all.
Not bad. Okay. However, the one next to you, she takes a swing at you with actually, funnily enough, claws also.
Oh shit. My AC is 15 because I'm not using my shield currently.
Her first attack misses you. Her
Cool.
second attack hits the fuck out of you.
Cool. What a way to phrase it.
It's the fuck out of
It's
it.
the fuck that does it.
What the hell?
It's-
It's the
That's an even
fuck
better
out of it.
phrase. It's the fuck that does it.
Cool. So we've got 2 Michaelisms to put on a t-shirt at some point. Stones trees of dirt, and it's the fuck that does
The
it.
fuck that does it. Yeah.
And the fuck is 13.
Cool, because I'm raging, that is half to 7 or 6.
6.
Cool. So that's
Yeah.
-6.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rage. Thank you, Raging.
I know, right?
Makes me feel
Okay.
good.
Nyla.
Oh, hi. Will I still have my wild shape up? It lasts for 2 hours.
Yep. Oh no, you're not. You're an archer, aren't you? You've got your
Yeah.
archer thing happening.
Also, I was holding a guiding bolt for when we saw
Right.
Edward coming through the door.
Ah, yes. Right.
So-
So you should have actually had the first attack.
Yes, but it's okay.
Sorry. My apologies. You should have said something. My apologies.
I didn't want to interrupt. It's
Ah,
fine.
All right. So you fire your golden guiding bolt. Who are you shooting at?
The big scary dude,
All right. What's your range on that?
120 feet.
Easy. Roll to hit.
Which is this one? This is this one. Roll to hit. 26.
26. That definitely hits.
Cool. Look at this one. So that's 12 damage, and I'm also going to hit him with the archery dude as a bonus action. So that's 12 damage for my action.
Yep.
And then bonus action. Does a 26 hit?
20 does a 26 hit.
26 hit.
You're kidding, right?
And then 12 damage radiant to that dude.
All
And
right.
he's glowing, so whoever takes the next swing on him gets advantage.
Okay. All right. Well, very good. Well,
Next thing on the shirt will be, does a 26 hit?
does a 26 hit? That could be a t-shirt. Yeah.
It could be a t-shirt.
Yeah. So he turns and he faces Steve's character. And he takes a shot at you, Steve. Okay. Right, he's got a great axe which he's swinging at you at Steve's character. What's your armor class?
14.
He hits you.
Okay, I'm gonna use my uncanny dodge reaction to halve the damage.
Okay. All right. Well, he's gonna do 11 points of damage, which you're now gonna halve, and you can round it down. So 5 points of damage.
Cool.
Then he swings at you again. But he misses on his second attack. Now the one next to Sarah takes a shot at you, Sarah, with his great axe. What's your armor class, Sarah?
16.
He misses you. He misses you. Yep. Okay, very good. At which point, this one over here
Over where?
is taking a shot at our friend. Wait, does that quite make sense? No, this is a different character. Ah, I know what's going on. Ha 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 ha. Right. So at that point, another orc comes out
You see me.
from
That
here,
makes no
which
sense.
you didn't see earlier.
This is
Hiding in the
bad.
shadows. And is taking a shot at, I guess that is Sarah. Great axe to the back. 14 misses, unfortunately for her. Yep, that's done. That guy is actually dead. Cool. Get you out of there. Malachor.
Malachor is going to go sprinting up to the one that just attacked Sarah, the one that just pooped around the corner. And with her with her falchion in hand, she's going to go 2 swings at him. She's going to put in a smite, and it's a class feature, so it actually doesn't. It just says when you attack with an attack. It doesn't actually say that it's a bonus action or anything.
Okay.
So I'm gonna poop onto that. So I'm gonna roll to hit the first time. Is a natural 20.
Ooh.
Boy.
Wow. Okay.
So at that one, it is initially 10 points of damage, and then let me roll the critted divine strike. So that's 4d8 radiant.
Okay.
That's 21. So that is a total of 31 points of damage.
Wow. Okay. You immediately bloody that character, that particular orc.
Yeah. She when it shimmers, her holy symbol bleeds a little bit, and she decapitates that orc. And then is he dead?
No.
No. Okay. So she decapitates. She goes to she does that one swing across, and then she's going to backhand second attack.
Okay. Roll to hit.
For an 18.
Hits. That just hits it.
Ooh, and that is 7 points of damage.
Okay. Is that your turn?
And then
no.
And then
more.
bonus action, because I haven't used my bonus action yet.
Wow.
Bonus action. I know, right? Paladins. Bonus
Paladins.
action. I'm going to hand crossbow shoot.
Disadvantage at close range.
Nope,
long
because
as-
I have expert.
As long as
I have
D&D
crossbow expert, so that
paladins don't
ignores.
hamster wheel.
All right.
I don't get. So being within 5 feet of a hostile creature does not impose disadvantage on your ranged attack rolls.
All right. So you're a happy crossbowman. Fire.
Oh, that's a nat one.
Oh, your crossbow goes click and nothing happens. The bolt doesn't go anywhere.
Awesome. Sweet.
All right.
I'm going to free action stow the hand crossbow.
Okay.
Pull the
Very-
trigger.
Get a 10.
and it goes click.
Very good. Now I just need to check something here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Who's still outside the tower there?
That's Nyla.
Ah, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Yeah, my
There we go. That's better.
things shed itself. I don't know why. Like the light's on, so it's saying it's recording me, as in facial wise, but you cannot see me because I cannot see me.
That's weird.
Yeah. So if I even if I stop the video and then restart it, it doesn't work, and then I reset the computer and it just did weird things.
Okay, but you're in and you can hear us. Can you
Yeah.
see us?
I can see you. I can,
Okay.
and I can see a very black screen where my face should be, and
Right,
my
that's what we
the
see
camera
too.
light's on. So I'm very confused.
Right. Okay. Well, Sarah, it's back to you.
Oh, me. Sorry, I forgot my name.
So you're here and
I
you're
am here.
engaged with this dude here, and you're actually you've got orcs on both sides of you right now, although the other one is actually facing away from you, to be fair.
Right. So the one that is facing me,
Yep.
I will hit that with my long sword, or
Right.
attempt to.
Yep. Please roll to hit.
9. Miss.
9. That is a miss.
All right, and then I'm gonna jabby jab with my short sword, which I have now added.
Oh, cool. Roll to hit with your short sword. 25. That hits. All right.
Right. And then piercing damage 7.
How do you kill him?
Jugular.
Straight through
Yeah.
the jugular and the throat. All
Yeah.
right. And he falls to his knees in front of you, gurgling on his own blood. Blah. He's dead. Excellent. All right. Do you have any other moves or anything that you can do? No
well, I
hunter's
have-
marks or anything like that?
Yeah, I guess I'll do a hunter's mark. Why not?
Yeah. All right. Oh, wait, you just used a bonus action, didn't you?
Yeah, that was a bonus action, 2-weapon fighting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're out of skills, you're out of powers and abilities. All right, Steve.
Oh, let's look at my bonus actions. Yeah, I'm going to pull 2 daggers.
Yep.
And just go this guy in the neck.
All right. Roll to hit twice. 7 misses.
7, and the other's a 17.
The 17. Let me double check. Yeah, the 17 hits.
Yeah, 17's a hit. I'm going to sneak attack
Right.
on that because Sarah's
Engaged.
engaged with me. So 4 plus another 9.
9 points. So 4 plus 9. So 13.
13, yeah.
Okay. All right. He's looking a little bit pissed off about that. Sidarhael.
I will attack that big and ugly thing in front of me.
All right. He looks to be the leader of the group.
Yes.
All right. Roll to hit.
Roll the hit.
Are you
roll the hit.
doing any fancy spells? Any
Do
smites?
I have strengthen the weapon?
Yep, you can smite. The question is,
I'll do
what kind
that.
of smite are you going to use? Are you going to use a searing smite, an ensnaring strike, or what other options do you have here? I think there's a class trait version of the same thing too, which is divine smite. So with divine smite, you could do 2d8 extra radiant damage plus a third one if you wanted to upcast it at 2nd level.
I'll use divine at 2nd level.
All right, cool. Steve, if you wouldn't mind administering that.
So what am I rolling? Sorry.
So he's rolling to hit, first of all,
With the great sword.
with the greatsword.
Yep. 24.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
It's not a natural 20 though, is it?
No, it was a 16 plus 8.
Okay. All right. So let's do his
2d6 and slashing damage is 12.
12. All right. Now for the divine smite damage.
Where's that? Is that in the spells?
You'll see it under class traits.
No, there's divine sense. Where's divine smite?
It's towards the bottom. Quite far down. Dun, 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 dun.
Divine smite. No action. When you hit with a melee weapon attack, spend 1 spell slot to deal 2d8 extra radiant damage.
Right. So add the 2d8 radiant damage.
That's another 13 points of damage.
Another 13. Excellent. So Barry, you've done 26 points of damage. Boof. He's still standing.
Okay.
All right. Got any? That includes a bonus action, doesn't it? I think the divine smite is a bonus action.
Yeah, I think so.
Not the class feature. If you did a spell, it is. If it's
So the class
wrathful
feature
or
was
any other.
free.
Yeah, class feature just says whenever you hit,
So it's a
whenever you hit with an attack. Although I
Right.
think it can only be limited to once per turn.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But
I
so
don't
that
think you
leaves
can
you a
do, like-
bonus action. That actually does leave you a bonus action. What can he do on a bonus action?
Bonus action. 2-weapon fighting, ensnaring strikes, searing smite, misty step,
Oh, weird. It was working perfectly fine before, and now it's not.
and great weapon master attack.
Great weapon master attack.
On your
Well,
turn,
that
when
happens
you
if you
score
get
a crit. Oh, that's on a crit. Yeah.
Yeah. So he can cast a bonus action spell, I guess.
Either searing smite or ensnaring strike.
There is smearing spite. The first
Searing
one.
smite.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to load smearing smite onto your weapon.
Yep.
Okay. So when you hit next, you do an extra d6 fire damage to the target. Okay, and it's just
Okay.
going to stay on your weapon until you do that.
Okay.
Be sure that's how it works. If anyone knows any different,
Yeah,
sing
it is concentration. So if he gets hit, he'll need to make a save. But I'm
Right.
pretty sure with his paladin will be okay.
Okay. All right. That's you, Barry. Pelias.
You do with divine smite.
Mhm.
You do have to expend a spell slot, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're out of first level spell slots, Barry.
Okay.
Okay. Understood.
Or shall I make it a second level slot?
In which would leave, it would still leave a first level spell slot if you
Yeah.
made it a second level spell.
Make it a second level spell.
Okay,
Okay. Moving on to Peleus.
done.
Spectacular. Is the female orc that attacked me still up?
She is.
Cool. I'm going to attack her back.
Right. Roll to hit.
Oh boy, that's a 9 for my battle axe. That does feel cool.
You swing and miss. She sidesteps it quite easily, just dodges and growls back at you.
14 for my claw.
That actually hits.
Cool. So damage for that boy. That is a 9 damage.
9 damage.
And second swing.
Yep.
Another 14. Weird.
That also hits just. All right.
That is a 8. So that's a total of 17 for my claws.
All right. Very good. Okay. She attacks you back.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. And she actually turns towards her partner on the other side over here. Takes a, no, she doesn't step. Oh, yes, she has to. Okay. All right. She steps away from you. You're going to get an opportunity attack.
Cool. I'm going to do that with my battle axe.
All right. Roll to hit.
Is that a fireplace behind her?
Yep.
Kick her into the fireplace.
13.
13 misses, unfortunately.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
And she does a thing where she puts her hands on her boss fella, and he heals some damage.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so that's Pierce's turn then.
That's
spectacular.
Yeah, that.
Well, they're her turn.
Well, she yeah, that's her turn. That is her turn. Okay, so Nyla, it's your turn.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Can, yes.
Yeah. No idea what's going on with my camera. Anyway,
well.
I am going to who's still alive?
Who's still alive? Well, there's this person is still alive, there's this person still alive, and there's this person still alive.
Okay, cool. I'm going to come a little bit further into the tower.
Into the doorway. You come into the doorway. Yep.
Into the doorway. Are there any bad guys like close to each other, or are they still really close with everyone that's there?
There are two that are close to each other. These two. One of them has just healed the other one with a lay on hands. Oh, sorry, cure wounds.
Cure wounds, and they're next to each other. And is any of my teammates within 5 feet of them?
Yes, all of your almost. Well, 1, 2, 3 of your teammates are within 5 feet of them.
Okay, never mind. I will guiding bolt the one who cast lay on hands.
Okay, roll to hit.
Roll to hit. What is it? Guiding bolt. And I will cast this at 2nd level.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Okay, that goes flying into the fireplace behind her. It shatters a whole bunch of coals, and little fiery coals roll out on the floor underneath people just around here, turning this whole zone into difficult terrain.
Whoopsie.
I'm going to put a little thing on the floor to demonstrate the difficult terrain.
Oops. And then I'm going to try and hit them again with my archer form.
All right, roll to hit.
25.
That hits. Do your damage.
12 damage.
12 damage. Okay.
That's very good.
12 damage. All right, nice. All right. The war chief attacks Barry, attacks Sidarhael. All right. He swings at you with a large axe, Barry, and he misses his first attack. He swings back around again and comes at you a second time, hitting you with a big 23. And he does 20 points of slashing damage to Sidarhael. That's a big hit. Yeah. Steve, are you recording that? 20...
What am I down to, Steve?
Steve, do you
were
know what...
muted, Steve.
Sorry, you're down to 8 hit points.
Don't forget, you've got 25 points of lay on hands, Barry, that you can heal yourself with at any time. You can use all of them, or one of them, or 5 of them, or however many you want. And it works pretty much instantly. I think it's an action, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an action.
Hands. Yeah. Okay, at that point, this fine creature over here is attacking
Apologies, you're not on 8 hit points.
Malika. Oh yes.
Yeah.
What's he on now, Steve?
Sorry, I was on my character, so I'll just readjust. Not on 8 hit points.
It's not an 8. What is he on? Sorry.
Muted again, Steve.
Trying to do too many things at once. He's on 23.
It's on 23.
But you're on 8.
No, I'm not on 8.
Okay.
He must be on 8 or 28. I'm
All
assuming.
right.
Yeah, I am.
That makes sense.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay, that's a bit more sensible. Okay, cool. All right. Yes, Malachor.
Orc was attacking me.
Yes, that's right. An orc is attacking you. Melee weapon attack comes swinging at you. What's your armor class?
17.
17. Oh, it just hits you. Just hits you. And it does 11 points of damage. And then he swings back at you again. Oh, you're going to hate me. I rolled a crit.
I am going to use my reaction to
Yeah.
use a charge of my Guardian Emblem and turn it into a normal hit.
To a normal hit. So it's no longer
Yeah.
a crit. Is that right?
It's not a crit. It's not a crit, but it still hits.
Okay. You are one lucky motherfucker.
I'm glad I chose that item.
Wow. It still does 19 points of damage. So you fucking lucky it wasn't a crit.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'd be down.
Yes. Okay. Now it is actually your turn, Malachor.
I am gonna hit the bitch. It's a spell. Well, I need to actually hit first, but I'm going to roll a hit. 14.
14. 14 does not hit.
It's not hit. All right, and then second attack was almost. So that's a full. Total is a 21.
All right, that hits. Yep.
What
are you hitting with?
Divine Smite. I'm hitting with my falchion.
Falchion. Very good.
And so the falchion damage is 8, and then the Divine Smite is, oh, that's spinning pretty fun, is 11, so that's a total of 19 damage to this one.
19 damage, okay. Woof. Right, she is still standing.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
That's a lot of
Seraphine.
damage sunk into this one.
Seraphine.
God.
This is our ranger friend. This is you, Joe. You're up.
Okay. So I killed that one.
So you've killed that one, and in the meantime, there's been a guiding bolt that's gone flying through the room and smashed into the
Yeah.
fireplace, knocking all the
Coals
cinders all
everywhere.
over, the coals everywhere.
Sorry.
It is okay. We can deal. So the nearest living orc is where?
Right behind you.
Oh, well, I'll turn around and
Yep. Roll to hit with your longsword.
I would also like to use Hail of Thorns if I can, but I'm not really sure how.
Hail of Thorns. Well, let's have a look at your character sheet.
The next time you hit a so I can maybe I cast that as a. Can I cast it as a bonus? Yeah, it's a bonus action.
Right, Hail of Thorns.
So I'll I guess I'll longsword it and then.
Right. So
And then
longsword. Yep.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
Yeah, I don't think that hits.
Okay, no, 10 misses. Bonus action with your short sword.
Sure, it would probably be safer.
Dun, dun, dun. 19 hits though. That connects. Your short sword connects.
All right.
Roll your
Piercing
short sword
damage
damage.
is
8
3
piercing
plus
damage.
5? 8, yeah.
Yep. Okay. This guy. Okay. Joe, how do you kill him?
Hey.
Hey.
Across the throat.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So she just drops to the ground, having had her throat slashed with your short sword, having spun around. You just rip her throat out with the blade. Excellent. Collapse to the floor. Steve, you're still in combat with the orc leader, the war chief. Cannot hear you. You are muted.
Sorry. Both daggers just in the neck again.
All right. Roll to hit.
Very, very swiftly.
All right.
First one is a nat 20.
Well, very nice. So
Second
that's a
one
critical hit.
Is a 7.
That's a miss.
I'll sneak attack that nat 20.
All right. So you
So
double the damage dice for the crit, but the sneak attack, actually the sneak attack gets double damage dice too.
as well.
Yeah, it does.
Shit. So the dagger does crit damage of 9.
Yep.
And the sneak attack does crit damage. Fuck. That's a lot of dice of 18.
So how do you kill him?
Just like I go to just stab him in the jugular, but I put it like right through his neck and chop his head off.
Wow. Okay. All right. So he just collapses.
Decapitation.
He's dead as a doornail. Nice. I'm going to just remove some bodies. There's one left. Okay. And that's the female one with the claws out that did the healing spell on the boss a minute ago. Okay. So Ivariel, you're next.
Do I see the female?
Yep. You want to move up to her?
Yes.
Okay. So you take 5 foot worth of movement towards her.
Yes.
You've got your weapon charged up with your next smite, I believe.
Yes.
All right. So you're going to roll to hit with your great sword. Steve's going to make that roll.
Roll to hit with the great sword.
Yeah.
That is a 17.
A 17. And that does hit.
Doing 7 points of damage.
Doing 7 points of damage. All right. And it's a, okay. And then the smite on top of that.
Is the smite?
Searing smite, I think it was.
Oh, right.
Second level as well, I think you said.
Yeah, second level searing smite.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'll re-roll that.
Please.
Because it was only 1 point.
All right.
5 points.
5 points. Okay. All right. Good. Does he have any bonus actions or anything he wants to use on this turn? Ivariel.
Is there any I can use?
Speak with animals? No, just kidding.
Smite left, smite up. So
yeah, you could feasibly put up another smite if you wanted to. To be honest with you, this creature looks like it's very ragged right now.
Already smitten.
Yeah, she's pretty smitten. She's gasping and panting for breath, and looking very, very, very desperate now.
I mean, you could use a second weapon attack.
I don't think so. He's got a two-handed sword.
Oh, right.
But at 5th level paladins get 2 attacks.
That's true. So he's got 2 attacks this round.
Yep.
All right. So you're going to take a second attack?
Yeah.
So you should have been doing that all along.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. Sorry.
That's okay.
14.
14 does not hit.
Okay.
Let me double check that. I lie.
Yeah, I was hitting on a 14.
I lie. That does hit.
Doing 12 points of damage.
Okay, Barry, how do you kill her?
Just take her head right off with
All
my
right.
sword.
His head goes skipping across the room. In a splash of gore and blood, you've defeated all your enemies. You've done a considerable amount of damage between you, several hundred hit points, I might add.
Day walks up to the big one that he decapitated and goes, "You have been served by the decapitation boys." And then walks really slowly backwards and looks really pleased with himself for thinking that up.
That was
Malik-
terrible.
Leans against the wall with his arms.
Right.
Malika is going
King
to
now.
sheath a sword, pull out her crossbow, gesture to Peleus, and she's going to go looking up the stairs.
Peleus is going to follow her.
I'm going to come over to who was the one who had really low hit points?
Ivariel took a good
Ivariel took a bit.
20 at some point.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go over to Ivariel and cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay, roll your cure wounds, please, at 2nd level.
13
He's-
points.
Okay.
13 points. Yep. Barry, you're
Alright.
back up to 36 hit points.
All right,
Hooray.
out of 44 total.
Yeah.
Okay, very
Day-
good.
Day goes, "Hey boss, it's a good name, isn't it? The Decapitation Boys."
If that is what you believe,
Well, we
then
both,
to your own self be
we
true.
both decapitated both of them.
I understand.
It's a
But
quick-
as I have said, if that is what you believe, then to your own self be true.
all right, thanks, boss.
All right,
Right.
well, shall we make like a bad circumcision and head off?
My character does not laugh, but he wants to.
Is that an
Peleus is
Eladrin?
upstairs. He didn't hear that. Michael thinks it's hysterical.
Is that an Eladrin
Caitlin,
tradition?
Caitlin, welcome to the group.
Yeah.
Right.
That was mwah.
Honestly, I wish my camera was working because I just had the biggest like grin on my face as I was saying it as well.
I imagine you did. You sick fucker. No, just kidding. Okay. So what are you guys going to do? You've got these corpses lying around you, the great axe laying there in a pile of blood, pool of blood. The frost is beginning to come in from outside now. The fire coals are beginning to sputter on the floor as they go out.
Sarah is a little bit winded from the battle, and so she just to hide it she goes towards the fireplace and grabs a fire tool and tries to sweep the coals back into the fireplace.
Okay. All right. So that's what we're doing.
You all right,
Um,
sister?
Yeah, just a little bit of post-battle cleanup.
Let us take time out.
Shall we
okay.
check upstairs?
Peleus and Malik are already having a look upstairs.
Okay, I'm gonna follow.
Okay.
All right. Long story short, what you find upstairs is a small chest full of electrum coins minted with an elven head on them. It looks like some king with a fancy hat. Underneath it, it says Ivran Erathani in Elven, which you should be able to read, being elves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What are the orcs doing with electrum coins? Why would they steal them? Why would they bother?
Why does anyone steal anything? They simply desired it and they could take it. It does not require much thought.
It does not seem like an orcan thing.
Even wild men require currency.
They have their own.
In their lands, for sure. But if they were to come into elven lands, their currency is no good here.
Does anybody
No.
know if Electrum is easy to get or not? Does anybody know from their journeys?
Well, Goodale, not Goodale,
Street
Joanna.
crossroads.
Yeah, Sarah makes her way up the stairs and catches the last bit. I do not believe those are easy currency to come across.
Then why have they got them?
Have they? Whole chest.
There was a village below us. I imagine it may have just been taken from there. Or hidden here.
Electrum in village seems far-fetched.
Either way, does it not mean it's ours now? I invoke Finders Keepers rules.
This is sacred, and it has been thus for our childhood.
All right. Well, why don't we bring it to the king then?
Because Electrum in our pockets doesn't seem very far-fetched to me at all.
Well, you know, it's if we were to use it in our travels to get in the way to the king, he is not expecting Electrum. So
Has anyone
any
counted?
amount-
Sorry, has anyone counted the Electrum at this point? I don't
I'll
think
start
so.
counting.
Okay.
Any
Um,
Electrum we use in our course to get there would not go amiss.
You count approximately 550 Electrum pieces.
I'm gonna,
Approximately 550 pieces of Electrum.
Which is a lot of Electrum.
I am gonna search the enemy or the past enemy
Okay.
to
You
see if
find,
I can find anything.
you find a few more Electrum pieces totaling about another 25 Electrum.
Fuck yeah.
Then you find
like
some Orcan coins made of other metals like iron and tin. They don't look like they're worth anything to you, but they have little scratch marks on them that look like they're supposed to be some sort of Orcish pictograms. They have holes punched through them, and their currency are all tied together on strings about their belts. You find a small statue of Grumsh on 2 of them.
Take some of the money and then hide this, and we will take it back to the queen so that she can have an opinion on such a thing.
what are we taking back? Edrin came in
The
there. What are we
Electrum.
taking back? It's the Electrum.
Yes.
Malika is going to take the 2 Grumsh figurines. What are they made out of?
They're made out of stone, actually.
Oh, stone.
She's just going to throw them on the floor, trying to break them.
You smash them. Yeah. You can smash
She's going to cough up a little bit of blood, and she's going to lay on hands herself.
Oh.
Are you all right, Melatrin?
I am feeling a little bit unwell, but I'll be okay. I'm just making myself feel slightly.
I'll lay on
better.
hands to her. I'll lay on hands to her.
All right.
Thank you.
How many hit points do you give? How many does he need? She need?
As much as I think she might need.
I only gave myself 10 to save for later, so if you want to do the same, that'll put me up to 32.
Okay. So, Steve, you can take 10 points out of Ivariel's lay on hands pool of 25. Please.
It's under traits, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know whether you need to make a note of it separately or not. If so, then
Sorry, how many was it?
10 from 25.
Yep. Done.
Okay, thank you.
Does anyone look really rough, or are we okay at the moment?
Lee, I took no hit damage at all.
Neither. That's why I'm asking.
I am fine. I have 49 or 55.
Okay.
And
I
28,
will
43.
save the spell slots then.
Yes. Though it seems that potentially we could use a shorter rest. before we continue our journey.
That would be fair.
Then we will rest.
You will also notice at this point that on the fireplace there are chunks of horse meat being roasted over the fire on stakes, like a kind of a wooden spit.
I'm gonna.
Rest in the meal is a good excuse.
Very good excuse. I'm going to go out to the door and just whistle for the dog to come.
All right, the dog comes trotting down.
Hi, buddy. Would you like some horse? And I feed the dog some meat.
Okay.
Peleus is going to pull aside Melikor for a moment and go, your physical wounds have more or less been seen to, but how is your mind? I noticed you were in some distress in the village.
I feel a little bit better having taken recompense on those who harmed the village.
You did well. It is. Most of us will meet cruel, harsh ends, but it is some solace that hopefully our passage into the hereafter may be so kind as what you've done.
Yes. Well, you did very good in that battle too. And takes this as a compliment. You're a lot smarter than you look.
Thank you.
A lot of people in my kind of the temple people would probably see you with your more scarce type of attire and think you to be a little dim, but I can see that is obviously not the case.
Thank you again. That is generous of you.
Yes,
Right.
I think she is being very generous.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Resting.
Resting. Okay, so you take an hour to take a short rest. So if you want to get a certain amount of spell slots back, etc., take the benefits of a short rest. Anyone that wants to make hit dice?
Did anybody find clues as to where we are?
Well, does anyone go outside? I'm curious, during the short rest, or do you just stay inside and huddle?
I will. I'll go outside.
Okay,
I think
Baron.
I'll go outside as well.
All right, as you go outside and you're looking around, the first thing you notice is that the clouds have cleared somewhat and the weather there's a break in the weather. It doesn't look like it's going to last very long. It might be like 15 minutes worth of break in the weather. And in that time, you can make perception checks, the two of you.
Barry,
Hmm?
would you like to gain any hit points back on the short rest?
Yes.
How many dice?
As many as I.
Up to 5 dice.
Five,
But
yeah.
why don't you just spend one at a time rather than all 5 of them? Otherwise, you might waste hit points and hit dice.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Let me sort that out.
And Joanna, you can make a wisdom perception check.
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
Okay, then.
So I'm mostly outside to get some fresh air, apparently.
Yeah.
Joanna.
Joanna?
Did you
Sarah.
say? Sarah.
There goes the fourth wall. My eyes!
Sarah.
Yeah, Ifriel.
You did very well in the battle.
I thank you.
Variel, can you make a perception check, please? Wisdom perception.
Can I? Steve?
Hang on.
Steve's just getting some hit points back too, I think, by the looks of it.
Yep. Perception check, was it?
Yep. Wisdom perception.
That is a 6.
Oh,
Rolled a
what?
2.
A 2. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh,
Well, I guess you
no.
guys have got no further clues as to where you are then. Never mind. All right. So you have this conversation. And it's all very, yes, you did great in the battle, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to shortcut this because we're taking up a lot of time. So the rest of the group come out after their short rest. Okay, I'll give you guys a chance to make perception checks too. Before the weather closes in.
Boy.
I know.
Everyone?
40.
Well,
Six.
Not those of you that have already made the check.
Oh,
23 for
Thank
the total.
Christ.
All right.
Oh, thank God.
Excuse me, just
12.
work on without me for a minute.
Nyla and Malachor.
Barry about to go kick some ass.
You
Some
guys,
neighbor kids have fucked up his litter box.
you guys notice through the mists, just those of you with like 14 and above, will see that through the mist there's some sort of shape there, some sort of object sticking up through the clouds in the distance, far below, in the opposite direction to the wall and the town.
Hey, Malachor, do you know what that is?
They look a bit like they might be towers, and then it's gone back into the mist.
Perchance. Don't know what's around here, so maybe we should get the others and have a double check when we get closer.
Hey, buddy. I'm talking to the dog. Do you know where another town is? Where lots of civilization? Can you maybe smell? No? Okay. It was worth a shot. Okay, let's go try to talk to the others.
Food, more food.
I give him some more horse meat.
Elixir.
Oh, buddy. And I
Saliva
rub the
begins.
ears.
Saliva begins to freeze. All right. Okay, what are you guys gonna do?
Are we still inside the tower?
You made perception checks when you came out of the
When
tower.
you came out. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
You also notice that around the corner is a stable with one living horse and 2 dead horses.
One that's been butchered for me.
Yeah, two have been butchered actually.
Ugh. Wait, 2 of them are still alive?
One of them is still alive.
Okay, I thought you mean one was butchered but still alive, and I was just like, we need to get out of this misery.
That's dark. Nyla, well, we're
Yes?
still outside having a look at the towers.
Yes.
Your brother,
Yes.
Peleus, he's
What
very
about him?
well, he's very rough and what just wonder, what does he like?
Fucking words. I am seeing interest, perhaps.
Thank you for looking after me.
Mm-hmm. He is a wilder one. He spent a lot of time not near the sky. He likes wide open places, and as such, he quite likes flowers, especially exalted flowers. And also like fresh water, like really fresh water. So like if you like melted snow. And also, he likes to play music.
Music.
Yes.
Right. Thank you very much. And
You're
Malachor
most welcome.
goes off.
You can't see me, but I would be like looking at Malachor, just sort of giving her the eyebrows of like, oh yes, oh yes. I see what you're doing.
The eyes on my back do the same. Because I literally have eyes on the back of my head. Not on the
What?
back of my head, but
Back of her body.
my
On
cloak,
the cloak.
my
I
cloak
just sort
allows
of-
me to see in all directions.
I'm just looking at the cloak, and the cloak and I are both sharing. They're like,
Mhm,
I think.
Mhm.
Throughout that
Mhm.
interaction, Peleus is off to the side, just like patting the horse, and like checking if it's okay and all that.
All right, this horse is okay. It's a bit cold,
Well,
actually.
there is nothing I can do about this, except he takes off his cloak and puts on its back.
You could take the horse inside the tower.
Oh, that's a better idea, actually. The cloak is still on, but he takes it inside the tower.
Horse seems to prefer being close to the fire.
There you go, friend.
But not
You
too
had
close.
it
You don't
hard.
need to cook him.
Oh yes, fucking still horse meat lingering in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, the horse looks a bit distressed, honestly. You want to make an animal handling check?
I do. Oh boy, it's 21.
Yeah, this horse likes you.
Aw.
Hey, good
Oh.
boy.
And
I will call you Buggy. Caitlin, last night I named we got like donkeys and ponies, and I named my donkey Archibald, Arse for short, which I still giggle about.
Amazing.
It cost us a level up, though.
It was so worth it.
The rest of us are quite
Oh.
resentful.
I mean,
I
whenever there's
was
an opportunity, I like to make an ass out of anything, to be honest.
It's true,
Hey,
yeah.
Eh,
you are Buggy, and you will be my friend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving right along. You
moving right along.
finish with the tower. Eventually, there's nothing much else to do here except, count your Electrum coins and, roll in the blood of the orcs that you slew. Talk to your horse and your dog, and this eventually wears thin. So what are you guys going to do next?
Shall we head towards the tower, friends? There's little to do here.
Will, how may I put this to you all? Are we going to start gathering animals on this journey?
I don't see why not.
Look at his face. You can't say no to bringing him with us.
And their horse is useful, especially when you take as much damage as you did, Ivariel.
You think I need a horse?
I think there is a reason you might. I'd rather have one and not need it, than need it and not have it.
All right,
Wait.
let us go.
Need it and not have it and have it.
Harry, I'm going to put you on push to talk, okay? Oh, good. Thank you.
That was a bit much for me, mate.
Consider it like this, Day. If you were to have a knife, but not need the knife, it is
Yeah,
better
like
to
this one,
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. But if this is better to not need but have than to need knife. Say you were in fight with orc, but not have. Correct?
Personally, I wish we were not having this
Right.
conversation now.
Education is important, Ivariel. Now let us go.
But
Says the guy that dropped out of his druid training.
but what if I need the knife and I need the knife?
We will continue this dialect.
No, I need to understand this.
Say, imagine you were so hurt that you were bleeding on the ground and you
Right.
needed a health potion or a healer, but there was no one around.
I need a health potion,
Yeah,
a healer, and just.
but there isn't one. That would be bad, yes?
Yeah.
That would be really bad. Now imagine that you had a healer or a health potion on board,
Right.
but you didn't get hurt, so you didn't need it. It would still be good to have, yes?
But I don't need it.
Yes, but but then if something were to happen, you would have it, so it would be good.
But I don't need it.
We are moving along while we're doing this, Russell.
Yeah,
Oh, thank
we're just
God
for
kicking
that.
along, yeah.
I think
We're not just like
I
we're not just holding a forum inside the tower with the
No, we're
horse.
moving. We're walking and talking.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Phew.
While we're walking, I'm looking
You
for
have a +3 to
nice-looking
intelligence,
flowers.
Daython. What the
Day
fuck?
has-
You're
Day
smarter
has
than me.
Stopped, though. He's stopped and is going, but I don't need it. But But
It is like you do not
got his eyes closed,
technically
he can't
need
see
shoes.
Everybody going on ahead, and he's just going, "But I don't need it." And then he
But
opens his
steel's
eyes.
heavier than feathers.
Wait for me! Wait for me!
It is
wait
like
for me.
shoes. You don't need them, but they are nice to have so you don't get cut feet.
Do you know what I love about being home?
What is this?
It is nice and quiet. Can we continue that fashion?
Are you saying you want to play the quiet game? Mother
I'm not-
like to get us to play the quiet game. I never won.
I am not asking, I am telling.
That's no fun.
This was a hypothetical about home, but I see, I understand.
Sarah's smiling to herself, remembering how many times she won the quiet game.
Yeah,
Sarah
Peleus is not
always
smiling because he played the quiet game alone in a cell.
That's your problem, mate. That's your problem right there. I don't do hypotheticals, do I? It's either a real thing or an in.
Right, perception
Oh,
checks.
cool.
Wisdom perception checks.
I was about to say,
Dragon
Russell, while we
swoops
walk,
down.
Russell, while we walk, I'm also keeping an eye out for
22.
flowers.
Flowers. Not going to be any flowers, I'm afraid. It's fucking cold.
Not even a little Edelweiss.
Not even a little Edelweiss.
A 9 for Barry and a 22 for me.
22 for Nyla, 22 for Sidarhael. All right, the two of you see what appears to be the towers of a great elven city far, far below. Which I want to say good Dale, but it's not. Seraphine, you recognize this as Highbrook or Hemithtireth, the city of the sun.
I almost went British.
That's fine. British is easy.
I recognize that city. I think that is the place we are looking for.
Above it, as the clouds clear, you see this vast complex of waterways weaving between these giant structures. But the mist seems to keep obscuring that particular area. The walls themselves of this giant structure have towers dotted about between them and on them as well. But they keep vanishing behind the mist. The mist seems to sort of perpetually swirl around that spot, and it's never visible for more than a few moments before it disappears again.
That looks magical. Is that where we're going, Sarah?
Yeah, that is odd mist behavior.
Yes.
What do you mean, odd misbehavior?
There is something about something about it is not quite right.
Do we need to touch it?
I think we need to go carefully and quiet game this.
Pass without trace.
All right. All right, so make your stealth checks again, please.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. 17 total.
All right.
Oh, 15
36
total.
26 total.
All
So
right. Very
it's
good.
plus 10.
Barry's
Yeah,
Plus
it's
10.
plus 10.
It's plus 10 to whatever you rolled.
Oh, thank goodness.
Barry's at 31.
Wow. Barry's
Wow.
super sneaky.
Jesus.
Nice.
As
It
you
is-
head down the hill, following the road, you eventually get to another tower. This one is empty. And you continue on, and eventually you get to a third tower, also empty. And then a fourth tower, and a fifth tower. And this takes about 4 hours. They're about an hour apart. Pass without trace wears off.
I cast it again. Pass without trace.
Bam!
I'll just continue to use your original stealth rolls in any case, because montage. Eventually, you end up going down some steps wide enough to let horses down, about 10 feet wide. They look like very old steps, and they look like they were probably carved by elves or possibly dwarves at some point in the history. And there's a wall up on either side of you as you go down into this location. And it seems to cut through a whole area of the descent, making it much faster from here. And eventually you come out onto this stone platform, literally made of stone, flat. It's a flat platform made up of large stone blocks that have been put together by masons. And you go across that, and the mist is still kind of shimmering in front of you. And as it clears, you start to see figures standing on guard next to this giant stone wall. And ahead you see barges. And there are several guards dressed in high elven armor that turn towards you as you approach. I mean, unless you're still stealthing.
Hello, Guardy
Okay.
Purple.
They
Beautiful
turn
stuff.
immediately and stamp to attention.
Hi.
They don't speak. They wait.
Ivariel. You're up.
We are here to have an audience with your king. We have gifts from our queen to him.
This first one steps forward and kind of examines you, and they break up and begin to sort of surround you, actually, at a distance, good 10, 15 feet distance. There's about 10 guards now. And the first one walks up to you and says, "Who are you? Where are you from? And how did you get behind the Sufferance?"
Hmm?
Do what?
I
The
have,
what?
I have already told you what I am here for.
You have descended from Highbrook Pass. Highbrook Pass descends from the mountains beyond which are the Orcs and the Banakaian. How did you
And-
get there without our knowledge?
Oh, we came through a portal.
They look at each other. A portal.
Yeah, hi. Eladrin, do you not think maybe we are like of the Fae?
They look at you, and the first one turns to you. He says to his friends, "Escort them through the Sufferance. Take them to the palace. The palace guard will speak with you.
Thank you.
Find Lord Barian. He will be the one to speak with." They escort you onto a barge. It's quite a large barge. And being a barge, it has a flat bottom, but the front of it and the back of it still curl up in the traditional elven boat style. And it's very pretty. And it's designed in the shape of a swan's head at the front. And they have the guards push the barge along with poles through the mist. And you travel along next to this huge wall next to you, and above you, you notice, in fact, can you make perception checks, please? Wisdom perception checks.
Natural one.
Okay, what are you thinking about, Nyla? Why are you so distracted?
I am so distracted by how pretty the boat is, how Buddy the dog is enjoying his ride on the boat,
Right.
and just all around just being excited about being on a boat.
Okay. I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay, so you're on the boat. What did the rest of you get for your perception checks? Wisdom perception checks?
24.
9.
3.
7.
20.
And I got a 10.
Okay, so 24 for Malachor. The two paladins, again, are doing great on the perception checks. You notice, both the paladins notice, that in the air above you, the light seems to bend as it hits some area just above you, not too far, maybe 100 feet, maybe 200 feet, no further than that. And there's kind of a shimmering effect as the light comes through this area around you. You're not sure if it's some sort of aurora borealis effect or some weird stuff like that, or whether it's magic. Yeah.
While we're going through, do I see anything that's invisible or in the ethereal plane?
Oh, yeah. Can you make a wisdom saving throw?
Yo, what the fuck?
I'm going to use an inspiration just because I'm going to use my inspiration because I don't think 13 is going to cover it. But a 20 will.
Hey.
Well, I'm going to type to you the thing.
Secret typing?
Secret typing.
I need to go do some things. I'll be back.
All right.
I also need to go
typing.
away, but not for secret things. You can ask if you want.
Through the chat box.
Don't want to.
He's gone to poop.
He's gone to poop. Taking a big old barbarian poop.
Pooperoonie.
This is mysterious. Does anyone here by chance speak Sylvan?
I don't think anybody does.
Is that not the same as Elven?
Nope.
Is different.
Sylvan is spoken typically by fake creatures, whereas Elvish is just
right.
elves.
Yep.
Nope.
It's a bit weird
Nope.
that none of you speak Sylvan, to be honest, because you're all Eladrin.
I
and
speak
you're all from the
Sylvan.
Wild,
I probably should have picked Sylvan instead of Giant, but I didn't realize what Sylvan was.
I'll
Can I retcon that?
Yep.
Cool. I can speak Sylvan.
Awesome. Sweet. So that means whatever I find out, I can tell you. Oh, hang on. Holy shit. Yes. Malika kind of leans over to Nyla and says, there is something big walking through the labyrinth, and it doesn't look particularly friendly.
What?
So I wouldn't say it looks hostile. It's in the ethereal plane. It's rather big, and it just screamed at me.
It screamed at you.
Yes, it's rather big and carrying a staff. I don't know exactly what that is, but I don't like how it is walking about.
No,
This
I don't.
area, this place.
It's so like I can't see it, but
I think it's a bad sign.
Uh-oh. I don't
Oh,
like
and he's
that.
just disappeared. He screamed after he disappeared after the scream.
Oh, okay. That doesn't sound good.
Don't think he liked that I saw him.
Right. What did he
So-
look like? Just big.
As tall as a giant, so I assume it would be a giant of some sort. Potentially
Yikes.
not, but it was rather large.
Okay, don't
I
like
am-
that.
Rather worried about what may be going on behind these walls.
Okay, Russell, all this foreshadowing. Holy shit.
but like they called it the Sufferance. I feel like that might be something we have to suffer from if we were there. I really don't want to come back here.
I also dislike the fact that the elves have a place called the Sufferance. I hope it's not for the unworthy.
So, Joanna's put forward a question. I suggest we do take a break at the very least. My question to you guys is, do you want to take a break, or do you want to adjourn until another day?
Adjourning would be nice personally, but I'm not sure what the other gang want to do.
I feel an adjournment.
Right.
I feel like this is a nice place to end.
Yeah.
With that spooky cliffhanger.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds good. Okay then, guys. Thank you very much for partaking in today's little flashback episode of Sidarhael. I hope you guys are having fun.
It was
Oh,
good.
yes.
I'm really
Oh, yes.
excited to introduce Nyla to the group because she's so very much the opposite of Gadael.
Right.
I'm excited, although I hope my camera can fix itself because it's still got the light on, but it's just not working.
Honestly, yeah, grab a webcam the minute you can get one if you can. And
I have one in New Zealand, just not here.
Okay. Well, if you got that stuff in New Zealand, that's fine. That'd be fine. So what's the deal anyway? When do you think you'll be able to get back?
So we were supposed to come back last Wednesday, but then we went into a short momentary lockdown.
Right.
And our flights have been booked for next Thursday, but it's no guarantee that we'll be on them. We just have to, they're